And g'day, battlers, and we are live for the second installment of the Go Stadium League Finals. Yesterday, we saw the town championships being crowned for both Azalea and Cherry Grove. Today, we're going to be crowning the town champions for Pewter and New Bark. And if that means absolutely nothing to you, don't worry too much because I am going to explain it in a little bit. But before we get into that, I do want to say hello to this fella and this fella, the two guys who are flanking me today. We've got the one, the only, the 2020 world champion and the guy who is probably most famously known for winning a Toxic Cup tournament. I don't know. I'm just guessing that you might have won one. But SpeediestChief, how's it going, my friend?
Hey, Steve, it's great to see you. It's great to be a part of this as well. I always love being involved with Go Stadium, and I've never actually had the opportunity to cast alongside a OG legend like JimmaBanks.
Oh yeah, OG legend he is. I haven't got the chance to work with JimmaBanks either, so I'm excited. Jimma, how are you?
What's up? I'm doing great. I'm glad you guys reached out, and same as Speedy, I'm always excited to work with the Go Stadium and PvP Steve. We're doing big things in the PvP world, and excited to see some great battles today.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think we'll jump into it right away and give a little bit of an explanation about what is going on. So go, Neo. Doesn't that look nice? Shout out to the Go Stadium team for some really awesome graphics. But essentially, the Go Stadium League structure is a lobby-based system where you get together with a bunch of other people in the Go Stadium server and do monthly tournaments. So that's Sylph tournaments, as well as some Go Stadium metas like the Cliffhanger meta, which is one of the, I think, their most famous meta to date. So you get her in, do some of that. You get some points as you go through your season, battling against your lobby mates. And then at the end of the Go Stadium season, some people are going to be promoted and some people are going to be demoted from these tiers. So new trainers, if you want to join in right now, you join in at the ace trainer tier, you fight through, you perform well, you get to the gym leader tier, then you get up to elite trainer, and then the top battlers go into the one god tier lobby. So there's definitely a lot of hype here. Through these league final streams, we're going to be seeing the league finals from the elite trainer tiers and the god tier. So today we're going to see the Pewter elite trainer tier and we're going to see the New Bark elite trainer tier. And essentially the way these finals work is we're going to be I'll bring the actually, we'll talk about it in a little bit, the bracket, how exactly they've been seeded and whatnot. First of all, we'll actually talk a little bit about the meta the battlers are going to be facing in these league finals, and that is a meta that has been created just for the Horizon Cup. Now, it's one of these sort of ban list metas, right? So we've got these Pokemon along the top that have been banned. No one is allowed to use these kind of just 10 really strong top meta picks. And then you've got this next set of, I think it might be 18 Pokemon here that you can only use 2 of on your team. So you're going to see when we get to the teams, there's going to be 2 Pokemon that have a little bit of a blue border. Those are the restricted picks. So you can only bring 2 of these, and then the other 4 from your team are going to be built from anything that isn't on this graphic, essentially. So, I mean, taking a quick look at this graphic, I mean, is there anything that kind of either you guys is standing out to either of you guys? Speed, is there anything that you're kind of seeing immediately?
Yeah, if you just look across the banned Pokemon, you have Galarian Stunfisk, which I'm kind of happy it's banned. It's just so overpowered. Bastiodon and Probopass. So whenever I see a lot of Steels banned, I immediately think about Dragon Breath and Charm being very, very powerful. And if you notice, there's one of the 4 Steels, Registeel, that seems to still be available, if I'm correct there.
Yeah, exactly. Registeel, definitely a Pokemon that we saw a fair bit of in yesterday's show. With Rise to Occasion and DeFi, who are a bunch of amazing people as well. But Jim, is there anything that's kind of immediately standing out to you from this quick little graphic here?
I'm always interested in what 2 these battlers will pick, and that was a great point about the Steel. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of Registeel today, but also Mew, right? Mew's a Pokemon that's not on there that's very versatile with its moveset, so I'll just be very interested to see how these trainers, create and craft their team and kind of see how those strategies, fall into play.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of the battlers that are involved, as I was almost alluding to earlier about how this is all working, we'll jump into the first bracket to kind of give an explanation about what's going on a little bit. So here we have the Pewter League Finals bracket. You can see that there have been people seeded throughout in different little positions. So starting on the very right-hand side, we have Nezabethan, who has been seeded right to the finals here. Nezabethan was able to completely win the Pewter League as far as their leaderboard is concerned, and is essentially, I think of it a little bit like a minor premiership, major premiership, where Nezabethan has won the minor premiership, and they are now going to the finals where these other 5 battlers on the left are going to have a chance to take the Pewter Champion title, where you're seeing that they have been still seeded as well. You've got Shiny Hunter Ben, My Name is Stabs, formerly known as Bobby Stabs, and a Kanon, I might be saying that wrong. You've got these three who are number 2, number 3, and number 4 in the Pewter lobby from that leaderboard, who have been seeded into round 2. And then in round 1, we have Rhino City and Ritter Morton, who were number 5 and number 6 in that lobby. So this is a best of 5 tournament. So essentially, you have to get to 3 wins to progress to the next round. And it's also, as you can probably tell, single elimination. So if you lose a single best of 5, you unfortunately are not going to become the Pewter League champion. Additionally, as you can see on the right-hand side here, there's a bunch of green boxes as opposed to the blue boxes on the left. If you make it into these green boxes, you are guaranteed a place in the God tier in the following Go Stadium season. This actually isn't necessarily the end of the line, though, for the battlers who do not manage to get to those green boxes, as after these finals, there are going to be some playoffs where they're going to fight some other players to maybe get themselves a spot in that God tier. So this isn't the end of line for the God tier hopes, but it is definitely the end of line for that championship title. So first off, we're going to be jumping into that very first round 1, that Rhino City versus Ritter Morton, and later on as well, we are going to be seeing the New Bark finals as well. So we'll jump over into the teams right now. And here's our first little set here. We've got that Rhino City versus Ritter Morton. Important to actually point out here that while we are only going to be watching from one perspective, this is not necessarily the winner of the round. It's going to be randomized whose perspective we are looking at. So, you don't have to just look at the name and go, name on the bottom and go, they've won. And additionally, if you watched yesterday's stream, this time I am going to add the scores so we can follow that along as well as we go through the best of 5. So, we'll jump straight into it. Speed, is there anything that you're kind of sticking out to you with this matchup between Rhino City and Ritter Morton?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll actually take Ritter's team here and just make a couple of points. Jim, if you want to look at Rhinos here in a moment, the Lapras and the Nidoqueen both look pretty tough here. As well, you notice there's no counter user on Rhino City's side, so you're going to have to find creative ways to hit that Lapras. It looks like an incredible safe switch, as we know, very powerful Pokemon. And then those Shadow Poison Fangs, man, do they add up. I was using a lot of Shadow Nidoqueen in GBL, and it's just very, very powerful.
Yeah, Rhino's team looks very cool as well. The only Sableye, wondering as far as Pewter City goes, right? So how XL is it, and is he going to be able to use it, potentially running into Mandibuzz and Obstagoon? That could spell a lot of trouble. So be very interesting to see what 3 Rhino takes. It just looks very difficult in a lot of situations, right? Talonflame is going to be hard to ramp up, although it has a great matchup versus Melmetal. It's going to be stopped hard by, Lapras and a few other of his Mons. So it'll be interesting to see how these players adjust and read each other's team.
Yeah, exactly right. And I think with that, we are just going to jump straight into the battles. Again, we've got the best of 5 set up, so they have to get to 3 for the win. So Speedy and Jimma, take it away. I'm going to be mostly happy little face that's hanging down in here in the corner. I'm essentially just here for the action. I just want to watch Speedy and Jimma do their thing. Gonna be an awesome show for me as well. But to the both of you, we'll jump in 3-no, 2-no, uno, and boop.
All right, we've got the Sableye lead into that Shadow Lapras. Very interesting matchup here. That is a purified Sableye as well. Going to pack that return. And we see that Talon in the back there, Jim. How do you feel about the Talonflame on the team here?
That was one of my big questions. Is he going to be able to effectively ramp up and charge up those flame charges? And he got a good matchup in the lead, so we'll see how he's going to be able to execute with Talonflame and see what's in the back of Ritter Morton's team.
Great catch of the foul play there on the Obstagoon. We are going kind of fast, chat. Looks like the battles are 1.5, so we'll be speeding through. Here comes the Ninetales, and it's Powder Snow as well. The moveset reveal is big, building up to that Dazzling Gleam, but throws the Weather Ball here, Jimma.
Yeah, getting those Weather Balls off extremely quick, chipping down this Obstagoon, but this Goon's going to get off another charge move before it's done in this battle, and Rhino decides to save his shield and double up, and a lot of wasted energy, shield gone. I'm not sure what was going on there, but that just feels like a mistake for sure.
Both trainers pushing for the simul KO. Here comes the Talonflame, and look, Jimma, we're at a shield disadvantage, which means the Surfs are going to hurt really bad. You can only protect against one of them. He's going to burn that final shield here. 2 shields, another switch out into Cress. Oh man, you know that Moonblast is going to bear down on the Sableye here.
Yeah, it's going to be nice to get off a couple foul plays, but feels like you're very behind in the match, being down a shield and having that Ninetales go down with so much energy is just so costly right now. Talonflame ramping up. It does have 2 flame charges, but is it going to be enough to get Rhino through this battle?
Gonna let the crest go. The incinerate is enough. Here comes 2 shield Lapras. We know the surf is all you need. Like you said, Jimma, we're ramping up, but I feel like it's too little too late. Getting that second flame charge, taking the first shield, and here comes the surf. I imagine this will KO, right?
Yeah, and it does. You are right. So again, costly mistake from Rhino. So Ritter me this. What is he going to do to try to turn this battle around? Because he's got Ritter's got 2 more wins before he moves on.
Absolutely, that's a really good question. I will try to make a pun later, but that was actually very, very clever. I like the way you did that. So I think what we saw was the mutual fast move farm down attempt, trying to kind of maintain that energy that you mentioned, Jimma, that he lost there, but unfortunately lost switch, lost shield advantage, and was just unable to come back from it. I would love to see a lot more control from Rhino here going into game 2.
Yeah, very costly mistake. Got the lead he wanted. Leads with Sableye again and gets another Lapras in the lead. So let's see how he plays it this time.
Yeah, same team, looking pretty similar to before. Does he try to catch the foul play again? No, throws the surf. Again, taking that early shield advantage. Sometimes you can give up switch as long as you take the shield. Here comes the Goon, and fast swap into Ninetales.
Yeah, almost identical. I almost wondered, are we watching the same battle? But we're not. It's battle 2. And again, just going to take this cross chop because it can build up energy, but I would imagine have a lot more urgency to throw those charge moves. It looks like he's going to take another cross chop and get some of this energy off.
Building up to the Dazzling Gleam, you always want to threaten, but no! Wow, the Ritter Morton is just not intimidated at all. Takes a Weather Ball. He knows this has to be Weather Ball. I think we might see another counter down here. It's going to be real close, Jimma. Oh.
Nobody got it this time, but still down a shield, so having switch advantage could be very helpful. We'll see how it plays out. In comes the Crest, able to throw another Weather Ball before A9 retires from this particular battle.
A9 and, surviving 1 Psycho Cut. Here comes, I assume, Sableye, right, Jimma?
Yeah, of course you want to watch out for, the Fairy Charge move from Cresselia, but get these foul plays off ASAP and see if you can start putting a dent in. Looks, again, very identical as from last battle, saving those last 2 shields for his last Pokemon, knowing Lapras can do a lot of damage with that quick move.
Here comes the Talon. I think he got a feeling in his gut that the Lapras was going to come out here with the 2 shields, trying to ramp up as quickly as possible. We remember in game 1, unable to capitalize. Man, he switch locked this time, though, Jimma. There's no escaping for Talon.
Yeah, Rhino's in a lot of trouble. Again, I thought he got the lead that he almost would want or a favorable matchup, but Ritter has a great game plan, and right now Rhino's struggling with that game plan.
I almost feel like maybe you let the Talon go a little bit earlier. You know you're not going to outpace. Here comes the Sableye trying to build to the foul play, but the Surf is going to be enough here, I believe. Two Surf, game-winning Surfs, in game 1's and game 2 so far.
Yeah, Cowabunga, right? He's surfing to the next round, hopefully, but Rhino needs to put a stop to that. One more loss, and Rhino's done this series. So we'll see if the leads change up. Obviously, we saw a lot of the same from both battlers. Is there going to be a switch up, or are they just comfortable in where they're at and just try to play it a little better?
Jim, I think we need to leave the Talonflame at home. I would love to see some Empoleon this time, maybe some Pelipper. You just have to be more flexible. I feel like going down shields early and just not being able to come back because of that slow energy pacing is really punishing for Rhino here.
Yeah, 100% agree. 100% agree. That's what I was looking at when I saw the teams. It's going to be hard with Talonflame. We do see a different lead from both battlers. See how this plays out.
Swapping right into the Nidoqueen, probably trying to lure something out here with the swap. We know the Nidoqueen can tank any move from the Obstagoon, bar a Hyper Beam, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And the moveset's been exposed, so Nidoqueen's going to try to do some Poison Fangs and try to win this matchup, I would think. Is he going to be able to do that?
The Obstagoon get the boost, the defense falls, but this Obstagoon is very heavily attack weighted at this juncture. Going to throw the Night Slash. Not switching out, Jimma. What does that tell you about the back line, though?
It's not gonna like Queen, maybe? I don't.
Yeah, here comes the Cress. Interesting.
Okay. I'm gonna go for the debuff again, or ramp up some of that Poison Fang damage. We're gonna see a lot of Queen today. Queen is mean, and just debuffing this Cresselia. It's not looking good for this Crest. This Queen's done a lot of work.
There's a joke in the battling community right now. It's hi, I'm Nidoqueen, I Poison Fang, I win. And it seems like that's what we're seeing here.
Yeah, and again, Rhino down a shield though, but gonna take this charge move from Cress. It is a Moonblast that does hurt, very super effective. It looked like maybe just to soak up some of that. But this
Here comes a
Lapras
Pelipper. Go ahead, Jimma.
Yeah, I was just gonna say this Lapras is just causing a lot of trouble for Rhino. I didn't know or think that might be the main boss of Ritter's team, but it seems to be being very effective in a lot of these matchups.
Oh, shields a Skull Bash. What a huge call on the shield. Pelipper is going to struggle here, going to throw the Weather Ball, maybe trying to get the second shield away from the Lapras, and he gets it. Wow.
So this Surf should KO. Very close, maybe. Just barely hanging on. The Weather Ball off. Not going to do much damage, of course. Shields are down. This is pretty close, actually.
Yeah, Sableye comes in here. It's a question of energy. How much energy does the Lapras have? We know it's 4 Ice Shards. Can he reach the foul play in time?
So close. Oh, got it. Is he going to be able to? How much health does the last Pokemon have? Is he going to?
Done. The Ice Shard.
Oh, Lapras coming through for Ritter, and that's a 3-0 sweep.
Shadow Lapras, as you said, Gemma, the final boss. Rhino unable to conquer the Lapras there. Man, 2-shield Lapras in the back. It was insane.
Yeah, and when you took Ritter's team and kind of broke it down before we started going, and I was looking at Rhino's team, I put myself in Rhino's place, and I felt in a lot of trouble just looking at Ritter's team. I like how it's built. And Rhino, great battler. It's the end of this series for him, but GG's from both battlers.
Yeah, and I mean, worth noting as well that obviously Rhino is still going to have another opportunity to go through to the God tier as well in a later playoff series. But when it comes to these sort of the Horizon Cup meta that was used here, it's not like a Silph Arena meta where you've got some weeks to sort of solidify your teams. You've got a bunch of other people to practice against. This is a very closed off meta that has not really been used before. So it's something that you may not have the perfect team in mind. And I think certainly in this Rhino City versus Ritter Morden spot, Rhino City's team unfortunately just wasn't the right one to take Ritter Morden on. And we'll jump back over to the bracket now. Ritter Morden landing that clean 3-0, able to progress onto round 2 and going to be facing Shiner Hunter Ben there. But first off, we're actually going to jump over to the bottom of the bracket. We're going to take a look at My Name is Stabs taking on A Kanon. And something that I should have mentioned earlier is Pewter is actually I'm a tournament manager at a Go Stadium, and Pewter is my lobby. So these are my homies. So we're gonna see someone get crowned in my home terrain here. But we've got the 2 new teams on board, and without saying too much, I think My Name is Stabs has brought some interesting Pokemon. I mean, Jimma, I have to ask you one question here: is Steelix good?
Yeah, you know the answer to that. Steelix is good, or it's at least better with the Dragon Tail buff. We'll see if he's going to be able to play. Very unique team compared to a lot of the other battlers' teams. I don't recall seeing Lanoon or Steelix on any other teams. I'll have to keep an eye out for that. But very interesting team from My Name is Stabs.
Yeah, so I think the question here is, we were talking about where the steels are and where the dragons are, and as you see here, My Name is Stabs, capable of running that double Dragon Tail. He does carry that steel type, whereas a Kanon has that Altaria with the Dragon Breath. I got to tell you, Gemma and Steve, I think if that Altaria gets loose, especially maybe up a shield, it could really melt just about everything besides the Steelix, so I think alignment is pretty critical here.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And it'll be interesting to see how Akanon uses the Drifblim as well, like being able to debuff some of those Pokemon. Is it going to be able to, win back switch or maintain switch? It'll be very interesting to see how he plays it.
Yeah, let's jump into it and take a look.
There's that Altaria.
Go ahead, Jimmy. You got it.
Yeah, going to be that Dragon Breath bringing the Cresselia down, but of course, such a big tank. I guess Altaria just has to really watch out for that Moonblast. I know it's a new series, and we have to see what moveset Cresselia has, but you can almost guarantee a Moonblast Grass Knot in this matchup here.
That's an early no shield there. Maybe trying to call it bait, but that Moonblast lands. No defense drop there, or excuse me, attack drop.
Yeah, which is always good. He's going to be able to Dragon Breath down and see how low he can get this Cresselia down using one shield. The Sky Attack should do quite a bit of damage to potentially, KOs the Cresselia. But again, my name is Stabs, has the shield advantage. Here comes Steelix. This Steelix good for this matchup.
Oh, we see the Scrafties on both sides. Here comes the counter user into the Abomasnow. This is kind of troubling here, Jimma. We saw giving up switch there, bringing in the Steelix, but man, you did not want to see Scrafty in the back here.
No, not from Abomasnow either. From his standpoint, he's locked up in this matchup, and they won't let him out. Down goes Abomasnow. Scrafty versus Scrafty.
These Scrafties are going to punch each other out, huh?
Yeah, literally. We're going to see. I was just trying to think of how much health my name is Stabs has on his last Pokemon. I believe, he's still got another one left. Is this my name is Stabs to take? Or is Akanon going to have a chance here to... just a sliver of health, though. Not enough.
Ooh, it denies the Dragon Tail. That's actually pretty big because you don't want to take that damage. But look at the Steelix. Oh, it's so healthy, Jimma.
Yeah, very healthy. I lost track of the health there, but Steelix is good enough to help my name is secure this first victory. We saw both Scrafties just kind of, like you said, power punch each other so low. Is Akanon going to be able to get his Scrafty on that Steelix next battle? We'll find out.
Yeah, like we mentioned before the battles began, alignment seemed to be very important here. We saw the Altaria win lead, and then we saw the Steelix come out. Unable to get the Steelix onto the Altaria from the outset was pretty tough, but he was able to come back there and take that victory in round 1.
Yeah, very, very GG for game 1.
Absolutely. Let's see if we see some Drift Blim. I would love to see some debuffing action. As you know, Jim, it's super annoying. It makes you play your matchup entirely differently. Here comes the Scrafty into Whiscash, Jim. Take it away.
Yeah, okay, let's... I would imagine I guess you could just go foul play here, but he's going to power up punch. I was debating or wondering, is he going to ramp up? And he's choosing to ramp up now, building up to the foul play and then throwing up the power punch. And really getting this Whiscash low early on. Whiscash threatening a big charge move or just a Mud Bomb. Throws the Mud Bomb, and Scrafty just takes it. Is he going to throw that? Yes, throws the foul play. This is going to do a lot of damage, maybe close to KOing this Daddy Cash.
Whoa, so big cool. Foul play comes through. Whiscash survives, though. We got an OG legend, Jimma, on the... Oh, and he shields a Blizzard. We have Jimma Steve, and this is an OG Pokemon. Whiscash, good since Season 1, right?
Yeah, definitely, and usually has a lot of opportunity to shine in some of these brilliant metas that Go Stadium creates. And this Scrafty, even though he's down a shield, is doing a lot of damage, getting the shield back, but looks like Scrafty's going to retire this battle here. What do you come in here with? Obama.
Dragalge loaded up. You gotta wonder what that third Pokemon is. I have a feeling it might be that Steelix again. Maybe a double Dragon Tail strat. Oh, Shield's an outrage, Jimma.
Big shield. Yeah, the anticipation's killing me. You were right. The Steelix comes out, and this is going to do a lot of damage to Steelix. Both players seem to be shielding the proper moves in these matchups. Steelix just kind of bringing this Abomasnow really low, threatening. But another energy ball will take a big chunk out, but won't KO Steelix, obviously.
Yeah, this is the pivotal matchup, right? Oh, it got the defense drop as well. This is huge because I think that Dragalge is almost out of energy, so this Drifblim just needs to hang on. Takes a huge crunch. Got to throw something here. Oh, man, look at the overcharge. Gorgeous play.
Yeah, great counting as well, knowing that you can get a little bit of extra energy before going for the Icy Wind because he's going to need the extra energy, but doesn't get the Icy Wind off. This is terrible.
Loses CMP, down goes the Drifblim, in comes the Abomasnow. Oh my goodness.
Dang, that was so close. And again, the defense drop and just all these different changes that Niantic's making is just kind of spicing up these battles and making Steelix good for this series.
Steelix is good, confirmed. Man, that was really tough. The double Dragon Tail in the back. I was really wondering, right? Because when you lead a Pokemon in the show 6, you always want to put it in the best spot. And I think that Scrafty needed to land on the Steelix there in order to have its best opportunity.
Yeah, those Dragon Tail users are really kind of stopping Altaria from running wild, right? Akanon is not over shielding because he's always concerned about wasting a shield and getting Dragon Tail down. We see Lanoon in the lead. Go ahead, Speedy, take it away.
I was going to say, Lanoon, one of my OG favorites as well, with that awesome coverage. Grass Knot, Thunder, and Dig, but we don't talk about Dig because it's not a very good move. He's going to go for the Thunder here, taking a big chunk of the Altaria. I was wondering if we see Lanoon. Look at the catch, though, Jimma. Sky Attack here on the Cress.
Great catch. Again, one of those catches that you just kind of have to feel out and get, I don't know if you want to call it lucky or just calculated, but he caught it, and in comes the Moonblast on the Obama, taking a big chunk, just over half health, and Obama just going to throw some weather balls to try to chip this Cresselia down.
Absolutely. Still 4 shields in play as well. You got to wonder how important alignment is in the matchup. We know we've talked about it throughout this set. You see the Scrafty in the back. Scrafty does not want to see something like a Dragalge, but it would love Steelix, right, Jimma?
Yeah, very much so. And then there's the first shield. One of the benefits of bringing Cresselia, it almost feels like it's its own shield, or you can absorb so much damage, and we're seeing that in this battle. Down goes Cress. He's hanging on to both shields and able to power up or counter Obama almost, but Weather Ball lands.
Ooh, switching out, switch locking the Altaria here. Interesting play. It's not quite in foul play range, but this is going to cut it really close. Whoa.
Yeah, getting the Sky Attack off is huge. Scrafty's still in play, right? No, he switched to another Sky Attack.
Scrafty escaped. I think the health is going to be the big factor here, Jimma. We know the Scrafty's already weak. The shields won't save you from the pups there with the Scrafty in the back. I think you need a shield. No shield? What?
Guess not. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little confused as well. Maybe wanting to hang on to it just to preserve... Or no, I don't know. I'm confused.
Yeah, you always want to think in terms of relative damage, right? The pups don't really hurt, and look at that. The opposing Scrafty goes down with a shield. Wow, a Kanon actually bouncing back there, huh?
Yeah, big win, avoiding back-to-back sweeps, so great plays by Akanon.
Yeah, he's got to keep it going, though. We didn't see the Steelix in the back, but the Scrafty still got the job done in the mirror. Again, the health advantage was a big factor. I don't think we see Linoon again. I'd love to see more drag, and I'd love to see more Whiscash. What about you, Jimma?
Yeah, I'd like to see those as well. And yeah, after taking an L with Linoon, maybe you just kind of sit it on the bench. But Scrafty on both teams still looking very strong, very good. We'll see how these battlers place their Scrafties in this next battle.
Blim into Cress. Man, those Shadow Balls are going to sting, but they won't one-shot. Here comes the Scrafty safe switch. This is interesting, right? Because if you land those Icy Winds and you shield an early foul play, you can actually flip this matchup, but it is very, very tedious.
Yeah, let's see how he's going to play. Does debuff the Scrafty, and in comes, I would imagine, a foul play. He decides to shield it. Okay, debuff foul play shielded. Trying to maintain and get rid of this Scrafty will be really big for Akanon, looking to even up this series.
I was going to say, you've got a Snowman and a Scrafty in the back. You really don't want it to get loose here. It's double debuff, so we can afford a no-shield here. Foul play comes through. Still takes a big chunk, though, Jimma.
Yeah, definitely. Winning the lead was so big, and like you said, keeping the Obama and the Scrafty away from this built up.
What a catch for foul play!
Brilliant catch.
Brilliant catch. Here comes the Cresselia. You only have one shield, though. You got to anticipate the Moonblast, but gets off the foul play first. By this time, the battlers had probably pieced together what's in the back, and that shield was surprising to me.
Yeah, maybe wanting to just preserve the Cresselia and just keep it healthy for other matchups. Does not shield the Moonblast. Gets destroyed by it, and gonna debuff some more with Drift Blim on the Linoon.
Linoon is back again, reaching for the Abomasnow. Here it comes. The debuff really helps. And you know what? Thunder, Grass Knot, Abomasnow resists it all. This is not a very worrisome situation. Look at that. Obama said, yeah, bring it on.
Yeah, Akanon looking to even up the series and is in a great position to do so. He's going to land this Weather Ball and try to get a little more energy, right? Like you said, resisting all the charge moves. So he's going to be able to take this and then farm down and throw, but that Drift Blim's pretty low in the back.
We see the Weather Balls coming through here. I think the shield pressure is important. We know that the Grass type, Grass Knot probably won't KO. It's going to be very close because it is non-stab on a low attack stat Pokemon. So again, applying as much pressure as possible. Shields an Energy Ball. Nice play. Whoa, Jimma, what's going on?
I said shielding the right move, but not in this case because he's able to switch and just explode that Cresselia with a a Shadow Ball, Ikanon saying, "Hi, my name is," and evening up this series for a Game 5 hype.
Akanon with the Control-Alt-Delete, getting rid of that Cresselia with the Shadow Ball there. Great timing. You shield the Energy Ball, and that's nice. But man, the Drifblim, the Ghost-type Shadow Ball, is devastating to a Psychic type like Cress.
Yeah, a lot of times we focus on these Pokemon, but really these trainers are shining the way they've trained their Pokemon, or at least, set up these strategies. It's been very impressive so far.
Yeah, I can't wait. We're all tied up here. 2-2. Decisive Game 5. Here we go, Jimma.
Let's do it.
Match point, Scrafty, Cress.
Okay, don't want to get hit with a Moonblast, obviously. We saw how much damage it did last battle. He switches and countered, met with Steelix.
Yeah, this is telling, right? Oh, sorry, go ahead, Jimma.
No, I was just saying those Dragon Tails just chip down these Pokemon so fast.
They really do. This is telling because you have that Abomasnow, and you wonder, when your opponent brings something in, does that mean they don't have a third Pokemon? For example, you could have countered this much harder with Scrafty, so maybe there's not a Scrafty on the opposing side. Yeah,
the suspense has been killing me not being able to see both battles, but it is very exciting to watch again. I think he got a shield earlier from a Weather Ball. This is obvious. He doesn't have enough energy for the Grass Charge move, but he's really just wanting to maintain switch and hang on to Obama here, and he's going to be able to do that.
I love the play to maintain switch here. Can he get... Oh, and he gets to a Weather Ball as well. Psycho Cut's like a paper cut, right, Jimma?
Yeah. It stings a little, but it's not too much damage. You're just trying to chip away this Cresselia as much as possible, but you kind of like the situation that you're in now if you got your Blim against Cress.
Dabs in trouble, lands a Moonblast, that Drifblim gathering, going straight for the Shadow Ball. I love the aggressive play here. Keep your foot on the gas.
Yeah, big shield from My Name Is, right? Protecting his Cresselia, but big heads up play. We've seen Scrafty versus Scrafty, but you got the shield advantage. Do you really even need to shield to protect your Scrafty, though, when you've got Drifblim in the back, right?
No, you know that the Drifblim will win CMP over Cresselia. I think you need to chip this down as low as possible, keep that Shadow Ball ready, and then throw it at the Crest, just like we saw in the previous match. Shielding the Scrafty. What's going on, Jimma?
I don't know. It might be the safe play. When I saw that, I feel like maybe it's just the safe play to just make sure this Scrafty's gone and hope that you can get to a Shadow Ball on the Drifblim. The Cresselia being forced to kind of use some energy here is actually pretty big.
I think you're exactly right. He emptied that tank there. Here comes the Shadow Ball. Wow, Akanon coming back.
What a big comeback, turning that 0-2 into a 3-0 run, and we just saw an amazing run and turnaround, and again, an example of these battlers being so smart. Very well played on both sides, of course.
Yeah, and I think that's something that kind of comes out in these best of fives as well. Even like going down 2-0 in a normal Silph tournament and a normal best of 3, you're out at that point. There's nothing you can do. But able to come back with a full 3-0 after that, you're able to, in those first 2 games, Akanon was able to absorb all of this information, figure out how My Name Is Stabs likes to play, and then just was perfectly able to counter that. I mean, we even saw My Name Is Stabs keep that Linoon, saved it for the game 3 and on, at 3 a cane on. To use it a little bit later, but Akanon was just on it and able to take out those last 3, which does push him through to the next stage of the bracket, which actually we do not have a graphic for the middle here. We'll just have to trust that we can remember that Akanon has progressed to the next stage. After the next battle, we will have an update to the graphic, but Akanon has secured themselves a spot in the God tier in the next Ghost Stadium season. So already an accomplishment. Now it's just a matter of getting through to that championship title. But before that, we've got to jump over to the Shiny Hunter Ben versus Ritter Morton matchup. Ritter Morton was able to land that 3-0 sweep up against Rhino City in the first round. Can they keep that momentum going up against Shiny Hunter Ben? Let's bring up the teams and take a look here. Shiny Hunter Ben bring a few new Pokemon, even a Pokemon that I don't think we saw yesterday at all in the Zwireless. But I mean, while I fixed Speedy's camera there, which is still square because of Rise to Occasion's camera the other day, what are you guys kind of thinking of these teams?
Emma, go ahead. Whichever team you want to look at, let me know.
Well, of course, we're very familiar with Shiny Hunter Ben. He shines bright like a diamond, and he brought that Registeel that you brought up earlier. It's going to have some play. You don't see any Oh, we do see some counter damage from Ritter. Just more unique. We're going to start to see some Skarmories in the next couple battles from some of these selected picks. So we're going to see how Ben utilizes his Skarmory, Swampert, and Registeel. Just looking pretty good overall from like a core standpoint or Pokemon that we know he's familiar with.
Yeah, just like we saw earlier on in the set, I think the Lapras with 2 shields was very powerful. I think Obstagoon with protection is one thing that Ben really needs to watch out for. He's got the Registeel, the Swilus, the Frostlass, the Skarmory, the Swampert, all these Pokemon. Obstagoon with a bit of energy and some protection can definitely be troublesome for. We also see the Skarmory Swampert core there, Shiny Hunter Ben. You assume the Frostlass could be a safe spot, but man, does Obstagoon blow that line up. This is going to be pretty tricky to navigate, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, actually, now that you brought up Goon, I'm very concerned for Ben. It's just got so many positive matchups. Let's see how they play it.
Let's see, Shiny Hunter Ben, one of my good friends. I'll try not to let that seep into the cast. Melmetal lead comes Obstagoon. There it is, but Pelipper's on top. Here we go.
Yeah, this is actually good for Ben. All the things that you were scared that Goon could get a hold of. I guess you'd rather it be this flying bird. This Night Slash going to come through.
Yeah, this is actually pretty advantageous, like you were saying, Jimma. Not being a true fighter, you're not taking a lot from Wing Attack, but the Pelipper is so spammy. He gets one more Night Slash. I think you could even survive this if you want to, but then you get Thundershock down, right?
Yeah, that's a very big possibility, and great. Of course, Melmetal so dangerous, it generates energy so fast, but with a little extra farm, it could be a lot of trouble for Ben, but that's a pretty good scenario, at least for now. But the Swamp are going to be very strong against Melmetal, of course, spamming off some of these Hydro Cannons.
Yeah, Swampert. My goodness, sorry, Jimma. It's doing so much damage, and you saw the superpower just a hair late, right? You want to throw that superpower earlier. Here comes the Lapras. Oh, man, Registeel in the back.
Yeah, we saw Lapras be very dominant for Ritter in the first series, but Ben's got a couple more answers for it in this this matchup. So you're going to be able to take a bunch of Surfs, but Lapras with 2 shields, again, like you mentioned earlier, is very dangerous. Going to be able to just chip down this Registeel. Of course, you're extremely concerned about the nukes that Registeel can land.
Yeah, we see the Surf come through, just like you mentioned. Here comes that second protection. Lapras has so much work to do, though, because of that Swampert. You hope that as many charge moves go off as possible because you want to stall that timer. You probably need to catch on the Melmetal here, I would suspect, if we don't see a shield, and we don't. Oh, Swampert has a lot of work now. Oh, the catch! Oh, my goodness.
Big catch from Ritter, and like you said, it catches the Earthquake too, which was that is a huge catch. That's very devastating, actually.
Here comes another move from Swampert, another Earthquake. Wow,
damn. That was very well played. Very exciting first matchup, actually, from both battlers. We saw the Lapras with 2 shields get countered down, and Registeel just too strong for Ben. Very well played.
Jimma, I've heard a rumor if you blink, Swampert already has another Hydro Cannon, so you can't blink during those matchups, right?
Yeah, and then 2 blinks for those Earthquakes, right? How fast did he spam those 2 Earthquakes off at the end of the battle? That was very good.
My goodness, Swampert was OP with the shield there. Again, I think alignment with the Obstagoon was a bit tough, but I don't know exactly what Ritter is thinking. Maybe he sees something that we don't, so I'm interested to see what strategy he uses in the upcoming game here.
Yeah, let's see if the Goon can get a hold of some other Pokemon.
Yeah, looks like
Ritter.
There may be an extra 8 seconds on the start of this one. My bad.
more time is good, right? It gives us time. There's the Goon versus the Registeel. And in comes the swap.
We see the swap into the Lapras, right? This is actually pretty good for Ritter. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely, right? Being able to do the neutral damage from the Surfs and take an Earthquake, but it just does so much damage, of course. Now you're threatened by a Hydro Cannon, potentially. But these Shadow Surfs are going to hurt the Swampert. Let's see. Ben shields the first one.
Here comes the second Surf. I think Ben wants alignment here.
Very important.
Double shielding. Wow.
Double shields. Is he going to be able to get the double alignment? Mud-shotting down this Lapras might not be possible. Shields the first cannon.
Ooh, Here, the problem, though, is that if you go down shields, that Focus Blast will delete the Obstagoon, but we see maintaining one shield is critical here. Ben kind of on his heels, I would say, at the moment.
Yeah, he's kind of going uphill with this battle. Goon, again, we were so concerned about it at the start of the series, and it's now kind of running wild. Able to get a cross chop off before Registeel can get the Focus Blast. Is he going to be able to get to the Focus Blast and get rid of this Goon? This is going to hurt.
Wow. As we saw there, Jimma, the energy savings with the Flash Cannon gets to the Focus Blast. If you go double Focus Blast, you probably don't get there. What a high IQ play by Ben.
Yeah, big boom. That was big catch.
Another catch. The Swampert can't catch a break, Jimma.
No, Ritter just timing these catches very well, and he needed to do so, of course, because these charge moves are going to hurt Melmetal a lot.
Right, we see the Swampert here. Oh man, I don't know that Rock Slide is enough here. This is a non-stab move.
Gonna be close. I think he almost needed it barely enough, but this Melmetal is in a tough situation.
Oh no, Pelipper!
Okay, so after what looked like he lost the lead, right? He's gonna no. Oh, this is so close. It's so hard to call. I thought for a moment Ben was going to be able to turn this around, and Melmetal with energy again, just proving to be so devastating. And what an incredible, confusing match for me to see. It's just incredible.
Yeah, I apologize. I'm kind of quiet. It's hard to follow when so many wild things are happening. Man, Swampert is getting caught on left and right, backwards and forwards. Melmetal looked overpowered. The Rock Slide was barely enough to get rid of the Swampert. I think that was probably game deciding, but sheesh, these games have been incredible so far, Jimma.
Yeah, that catch by Ritter was huge, actually, and might have actually just won him the game. Tied up series, excited for game 3.
Yeah, let's see how these trainers adjust. Obstagoon, again, not on the Pelipper, was definitely a threat, especially with the shield protection there. Let's see if Ritter keeps it going. Cress in a Reggie. Oh, Jimma, this isn't great for Ritter here.
No, not at all. We're going to see what he's going to be able to do with the Goon. First, he's just going to charge up some energy and take this first Flash Cannon. Again, Cresselia is so tanky. Basically a third shield, but I'm just very interested how he's going to play it. Is he going to catch? He tried to catch. Okay, so this is similar to game 1 where the Goon was on the Pelipper.
Yeah, again, the alignment that Ben wanted, he wants to keep it away from the Steels, away from the Swampert. But Goon is already at 2 Night Slashes. Let's see if he gets the boost here.
Yeah, we see most battlers not shield the first one. Of course, concerned about the boost. And the Weather Ball wouldn't have KO'd, but Ritter just kind of making sure, playing it safe, keeping his strong Goon alive. And let's see if Ben decides to shield this Night Slash. He does.
He does. Both trainers kind of fighting for switch here. Another Night Slash coming through. Like you mentioned, Jimma, probably won't KO, but it puts you in farm down range. Ben lets it through. The swap, an attempted catch, and he gets it again.
This guy is just catching left and right and also keeping his Goon for late battle for another potential catch. This Cresselia is just loaded, but this energy is kind of going nowhere, right? This Flash Cannon going to KO Cresselia. And we see this Lapras again with only one shield. But I guess you go Goon, right? Saving it for late. This extra shield is actually going to be very important because it's going to be able to protect Goon and just try to get this Registeel out of here. And
Goon
see if Lapras...
Go ahead, Jimma. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
I was just going to mention, Goon with deceptively high HP, you can't lock on down, so he forces him to throw. In comes Lapras with the shield, and we know that there's no counter user there on Ben's side, so Lapras maybe going to power through here, Jimma.
Yeah, let's see. Of course, you don't want to take any charge moves on your Shadow, or at least a Flash Cannon or Focus Blast. He did shield the Flash Cannon, but able to get a Surf off. Will this be enough to get rid of Registeel? No, he's going to have to chip down, continue to farm up, and throws the charge move. Very concerned about getting hit with a charge move from Registeel. How much work can Lapras really do? Because an Earthquake's obviously going to come close to KOing this Lapras. Is he going to be able to get to 2 Surfs?
I absolutely agree. The Earthquake really hurts. This is a Shadow Lapras, and he's almost at 2 moves. Very little health. But man, there's no more catching allowed here because Lapras is the last Pokemon. Does he get there? No! Swampert.
No, he does not. So one of your fan favorites, right? Ben being able to take a 2-1 lead, one more win away from advancing to the next round, and we've seen it. It's kind of been the story of each game is just where does this goon land, and is he going to be able to get a hold of the right Pokemon? Which is almost all of them, I guess, right? I guess you just really don't want the goon to get a hold of Frostlast, Reggie, or Zweilous.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm a fan of the Goon safe swap, Jimmo. We've seen that twice, and both times it has not worked out for Ritter, kind of putting him at a disadvantage in terms of shield and switch, because that Pelipper seems to always be waiting in the wings there, right?
Yeah. Let's see how they play game 4. Big hype. Great stream so far.
Oh, okay.
Shadow Queen finally. But Queen very concerned about these weather balls. Great catch. Another catch from Ritter.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Ritter's playing in the outfield, but he is catching everything. Here comes a Registeel. Let's see if he gets to this surf. I mean, yeah, absolutely. But the Flash Cannon, like you mentioned earlier, Jim, is going to be really devastating to the Ice-type Lapras.
Yeah, I wonder how many shields Ritter's going to want to invest and how low he can get this Registeel given the current situation, right? Obviously, you don't need to shield surfs.
Exactly. I see down there the bottom PvP Steve very concerned about the Focus Blast getting shielded there. Oh man, he gets to another one as well. Let's see what it is.
Decides to let it go to Focus Blast, destroying Lapras, but you really didn't want to go down 0 shields to 2.
Throwing the Poison Fang here. Oh, not getting the shield. I think at this juncture, you have the Pelipper. Oh, with a Simul Swap. Here comes Obstagoon onto the Swampert. Man, this is not ideal. You keep that Nidoqueen away from the Swampert, and you keep the Obstagoon away from the Pelipper. Is Ben in trouble here?
I don't know how. Like you said, with that Queen so concerned about Pelipper and Swampert, it's just very surprising, actually, just how this battle's gone. Using his last shield to protect his goon and just throwing these Night Slashes, hoping for a boost. He needs this victory to stay alive, and this goon just won't boost to help him do it.
Swampert so fast, 5-4-5. Here comes another Hydro Cannon. In comes the Nidoqueen, and the switch and the catch, and Ben says, I can do it too.
Yeah, he finally does, and this is a great catch, of course. But he gets the shields it. Kind of surprising, right? He shielded the right move.
Shielding, and now it's got energy. He still has 2 Pokemon, though. Here comes, oh my god, the blind Poison Fang lands on that Swampert. That was it.
And it's just not enough, right? Great line from Ben, being able to advance that water damage, just too oppressive for the Queen and what he brought in. And, we were very concerned about the Goon, but Ben's team proved to be well-balanced enough to take care of it.
Who was worried?
Yeah, I gotta say the Registeel came in clutch. It was bulky enough to stay in matchups and take shields, and then the Swampert, of course, was so fast, able to flip a lot of matchups as well. It was a bit concerning at times there, Jimma, but Ben walking away with the 3-1 victory.
Yeah, looks like even Ritter Morton's a million catches wasn't enough to fight back against just Ben's sheer muscle pushing through. But that does push Shiny Hunter Ben through to the next stage of the bracket, so we can update that now. Both Akanon and Shiny Hunter Ben both going through to the GO Stadium God tier. Definitely some seriously higher tier battles are going to be going on there, but as said before, Ritter Morton still has a chance to get in there as well in the following playoff series. But going to this next battle, Shiny Hunter Ben and Akanon are both only 2 wins away from the Pewter Town Championship title, so it's all on the line here. Which one of them is going to go ahead and face that number 1 seed, that essentially minor premiership winner Nezabethan? We'll just have to wait and see here. Jumping into the semi-finals of the Pewter League. And we've got that, we've seen both of these teams before. I've got to fix Speedy's camera again. But as we jump into these battles, how are we kind of feeling about these ones, Jimma?
Yeah, we're taking a look here, and Scrafty does look pretty good. We saw Akanon use it quite a bit, and we'll see how he utilizes it in this battle. And Ben we'll see if he brings the Skarmory. I don't think we saw much Skarmory at all last game. We'll see if he's going to be able to bring it and do well with it here in this series.
Yeah, Jim, I have to agree. I think the Skarmory looks good for Ben. You can beat the Scrafty. It's bait dependent versus the Whiscash. You can outlast the Altaria in some shield scenarios. The Abomasnow and the Nidoqueen have a tough time, and the Drifblim is generally pretty neutral, right? Got to land some Shadow Balls there. I think we see a lot of Skarmory in the set. We also see 2 Dragon Breath users and only 1 Steel type there. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, the Frostlass looks kind of fun too. Frostlass, one of the best sweepers in all of Pokemon Go PvP, right?
Yeah, we haven't had a chance to really see it today. I don't think Ben brought it out. I mean, he didn't need to, of course, advancing, but we'll see if he brings it out today to play with Akanon.
Yeah, let's jump
Absolutely.
into it.
I'm excited, Steve.
Yeah, we're getting closer. Advancing to the God tier is one thing, but being the champion of your town is another. And this is a matchup we've seen in many Sylph Cups, but switching right into the Pelipper to eat the Mud Bomb? I think he had enough time. Yeah,
Yes.
Good call.
Good call on the Blizzard there. Here comes the Drifblim, but the Pelipper is already up on energy. Going to go right for the Weather Ball as well after building to the Hurricane. We know Drifblim has a lot of HP. It can tank a lot of hits, and it eats that Weather Ball, no problem.
Yeah, probably doesn't want to take this other one, even though it will survive just barely. You might want to kind of... Oh, he doesn't care. He might just want to get a Icy Wind or Shadow Ball because of how low. Yeah, Shadow Ball. Big Shadow Ball.
Whoa! Pelipper.
Nice
Escaping
farm.
with Switch. Wow, Jimmy.
Switch is big. Down a shield, though. Again, going to be able to get another Weather Ball off before it's done in this battle. Wishcash going to come in. And it's going to have to land a Blizzard somewhere to kind of get back into this matchup. Avalanche going to do a lot of damage. And
Oh, man.
nope.
Putting it all on the Scrafty. Wow. There's another flyer in the back. Ben running kind of an ABB Frostlass double flyer, right?
Yeah, great. See if this pays off. Saving both shields for Scrafty. A catch from Ben on the Skarmory.
Not sure it's completely necessary, right? You kind of wanted to spend the energy, but here comes the Skarmory. The Air Slash is adding up. If this is another foul play, it puts it within counter down range.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to chip as much down with these Air Slashes, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The Scrafty looking pretty good in this first battle.
Let's see. Shielding, of course. Going to try to counter down. And the Scrafty is loaded. It's a knife fight. Foul play. Let's see what happens here. Foul play lands. It will KO. Oh, the bait.
Big bait, but able to get the Avalanche off. And Ben bringing Frostlass, able to take the first game. Well played. Very exciting first battle from both battlers. I like that.
Absolutely. I feel that Scrafty was probably 1 or 2 counters away from the foul play that would have been really devastating. But well played. Ben made us a little nervous there, in my opinion, but I think that he still came out on top. Very exciting first match, like you said, Jimmy.
I don't know if
I wonder if he could...
Sorry, go
Go ahead,
ahead.
Steve.
I was just going to say, I was getting some World Championship flashbacks to the very final game, Bukk, with that Scrafty taking down the Skarmory. Very interesting times. But go ahead, Gemma.
No, very good. Reminiscing on some of the greatness we've seen from not only the battlers, but Mazer, right? We've got Speedy here, Dunebug, and of course Rise casting yesterday. So big lead for Ben. This Frostlass really doing well for him so far.
Ben says, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Frostlass double flyers are back, and they catch the Altaria lead. Mud Bomb, not a big threat, but going to try to chip the Whiscash. I don't know how necessary it is. You got to think that you got to switch here, right, Jimma?
I think he agrees. It's almost like you're on the same wavelength. Going to be able to get off this Weather Ball, which Daddy Cash should be able to survive just barely. No, he does not. KOs. Okay. What does he do to counter this Pelipper?
Yeah, the birds are at it. Altaria comes back in. You definitely want to keep it away from the Frostlass, but these trainers have probably already picked down what the third picks are going to be for each player here. Whoa.
Yeah, Ben in a big Hurricane. Will it land, though?
I don't think you need to shield here. Maybe that Scrafty's in the back again. Here it comes. Here comes the Skarmory again.
You called it, but with 2 shields, I guess, on both sides this time, is it going to be a different outcome, or has Ben kind of set himself up in a great position, of course, winning the lead and hanging on to those 2 shields? He is in a great position to go up 2-0.
That was a really nice call there on the power-up punch. You don't want to take another foul play. Now it's kind of within foul play range. So how do you play this? No shielding. Another pup. What a great call by Ben. And the Sky Attack is going to steal the shield from the Scrafty here. I think Frostlass 2 shields is almost untouchable at this juncture.
Yeah, I think you're right here. Again, Ben just putting himself in a great spot. Just reading the team and, utilizing this Frostlass. He's going to be able to... Oh, big catch. But is it going to make a difference in the battle? We'll find out. I don't know. It's going to be close. How much energy does that Crafty have with the bait?
Does he get there? Oh, the avalanche!
Making us nervous, Ben. But very, very great catch by Ikanon and exciting first 2 battles. But Ben, one win away from advancing.
I agree, Jimma. 2-0. Go ahead, Jimma.
Oh, just very exciting battles. I always enjoy these formats because we just get to see the creativity and how these big brain battlers play them. I just enjoy them so much.
I think you have to remove that Frostlass. It has been such an issue for Ikanon. Maybe you safe swap the Nidoqueen there or something to lure out the Ice type and then try to set it up for Scrafty to beat it down, because the Frostlass has just been relentless, and it also has gotten, especially in game 2, a nice lead with that Altaria there.
Yeah, great suggestion. We'll see if he's going to be able to handle it. Is it lurking in the back? Yeah, of course. He's got to bring the Frostlass. He's got it in the back. And here it is to present a lot of problems for this Ghost Balloon.
Let's see, shielding. Man, Drifloon is so scary. You always shield the Icy Wind, right, Jim? At least I do.
Yeah, it's a very tough call because the Shadow Ball obviously would have exploded the Frostlass. Good shield on Ikanon's part. Is he going to double bait Ben on the big stage? Let's find out.
No, goes right for the ball, and Ben calls it. Great call by Shiny Hunter Ben.
Good shield. Another Powder Snow from away from a second Avalanche. Of course, going to throw this one. Gets the shield. But, outpaces the Frostlass and finally able to kind of get rid of this Frostlass that's just been presenting so many problems.
Wow, down shields here, but I think that the Altaria is going to be very dangerous if it is lurking back there. Here comes the Whiscash. Whiscash into the Pelipper. Interesting.
Yeah, shields are down. Of course, a Blizzard's going to hurt a lot to either Skarmory or Pelipper. I guess you'd rather just eat it on your Skarmory. That's what's going to happen right now.
Shiny Hunter Ben bringing the same team 3 games in a row. Lands the Blizzard, of course, without shields. Good timing as well. Going to throw the Sky Attack. This might be enough here, Jimma.
Yeah, like you said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Sky Attack, not enough, but is he already at the Blizzard? He is not.
Oh, no, Scrafty! Scrafty working hard. Working fast. You want to get rid of the Skarmory before the Sky Attack. Here comes the pup. One more counter. Oh, he doesn't get it.
I thought he might have got him, but Skarmory hanging on, which is a huge Sky Attack, of course. And Ben bringing out the broom, sweeping his way to the finals. Very exciting stuff. Shine bright like a diamond, Benjamin. Very well done.
Commanding win. Commanding. Just no answer for the Frostlass. Ikanon really at maybe a team comp disadvantage that he could not overcome in that set. This is obviously the most dominant set that we've seen on stream today.
Yeah, by a dominant battler, right? And very exciting to see how he plays it in the next round. And excited to see, do we have the finals next, or is it the... It is the finals.
What's going on here, Steve?
Not sure if Steve needed, but Shiny Hunter versus NES.
Oopsies, my bad. Shiny Hunter Ben going on to be the challenger to take on Nezabethan, the person who topped the Pewter Town leaderboard in that Elite Trainer tier. So one of these battlers is going to go ahead and become the Pewter League champion for the season. And I mean, Shiny Hunter Ben's got a lot of practice. They was able to get that 3-1 against Riddermorden, able to get that 3-0 against Ikanon. And I mean, Riddermorden also a great battle. They got that 3-0 earlier against Rhino City. So Shiny Hunter Ben, really familiar with their Horizon Cup team now. Nezabethan going in completely I'm sure they've done some practice, but untested in the actual competitive scene here. So we'll jump into the teams because that is one team that we have not seen yet. We've got some interesting Pokemon here, and some more Pokemon that have not yet been seen in these League of Finals. So, I mean, Speedy, while you feel the earthquake of me fixing your camera up, what are you kind of seeing that Nezabethan's bringing to the table here?
Wow, so the first thing I see is double shadows, and I think the Ninetales in particular spells trouble for the Skarmory, Frostlass, and the Registeel. Oh, it's going to be tough to contain it. Then you've got the Vigoroth as well, which I think kind of supplements that Ninetales pretty decently, being able to beat down the Zweilous, help you cover the 2 steals. It can dish it out with Swampert, and then the Body Slams are neutral against the Pelipper. So maybe you see Jimma, do you see the same thing? And if you're Ben, how do you counter it?
Yeah, I mean, we very much could see the same thing. Ben is going to like his Swampert, obviously, to take care of those 2 Shadow Pokemon, but very concerned about the Ferrothorn, right? So we'll see how he sets that up and how he's going to play it. Do we see more Frostlass? Probably not as much as last series, but Ben has a very unique opponent and a unique team to go against. We're going to see how he plays it. I'm very concerned about that Ninetales as well. So Ben's going to have to use some sort of a combination between his Pelipper and Swampert to get rid of some of those things, but also be very concerned about the grass on his side.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes. Ferrothorn, one of my favorite grass types. I just love the steel typing, help you resist Dragon Breath and Charm, and then it's so powerful. Power Whip is an incredible move, and the Mirror Shot can be very annoying as well, so the moveset reveal is also critical, I think.
Yeah, we always see these fan favorites like Ben, but these tournaments in this Ghost Stadium type of format always brings out some new battlers that I'm not as familiar with the shine, and I think we might see some shining from NES here on this championship. This is for the finals, the championship of the city. This is a big deal.
Absolutely. Every town needs a champ. Steve, I think we're ready. This is going to be pretty hype.
Let's jump into it.
Who will we crown? Again, a Pokemon we haven't seen from Ben today is the Zweilous against the Ferrothorn. Very interesting matchup with some resisted Dragon Breath. Of course, this it's a Night Slash, right? Dark Pulse, excuse me, right? The Dark Pulse does a huge chunk of damage. What charge moves is Ferrothorn bringing to this battle? We're going to find out. Of course, the Power Whip.
Obviously, very neutral matchup. Ben going down a shield early, which is pretty tough here. Zweilous, as we know, needs to remove the Ferrothorn because you have a Pelipper and a Swampert in the back. Gets the first shield. Here comes the Body Slam. Counter is resisted, but Body Slam does do quite a bit of damage there.
That is a big chunk. He doesn't want to take too many of those, but he's going to have to decide. He does invest his last shield to keep his Seagull alive. Is he going to be able to land or get to a Hurricane, or is he going to be forced? Yes, he's forced to throw Weather Balls to try to get rid of or chip down this Vigo.
Losing alignment is so tough here, Jimma. If you have that Ferrothorn on the Swampert, it can do barely anything to fight back. Down goes Pelipper. Ben is in real trouble here. Excuse me.
Yeah, I agree. And big decision. Okay, here comes the Swampert. He's gonna just Dragon Breath 2 and fake the Dark Pulse. Give him a Body Slam. Will this draw the last shield from NES? He does. Shield down.
That was a quick bring in there. I almost feel like you need to leave Swampert in the matchup. Here comes the Sludge, and the Zweilous is out of here.
Wow, his NES's Swampert is just loaded. Like you said, landed the Sludge, Hydro Cannon, but Ben getting a little extra energy before he decides to end this Swampert's day in this battle. And how much health does these last 2 Pokemon have? Is Swampert going to be spammy enough to give Ben the lead in this series? And I don't... Go ahead.
You gotta
I don't know.
go for it, Jimma, right? You gotta go for the cannon.
It's so close. He almost got him, and what a great effort, of course, being threatened by this Power Whip. And NES was just relaxing, waiting for Ben, and he's got the first win in this series.
Yeah, Nezabethan, kind of like Gary, waiting after the Elite Four. He's like, I've been here. I've been waiting for the challenger, and he is ready for Ben in Game 1.
Yeah, and he's been there, and Ben's here, and Ben gonna have to turn this battle around. I'm just looking like, what is he gonna have to do to do that? Of course, we didn't see Registeel. Does he decide to bring Registeel, or is he too concerned about Ninetales and Vigoroth to do that?
Yeah, good point. I don't love the Zweilous pick. You're going up against a double steel and counter user team, and you lead a Dark Dragon. Here comes the Pelipper lead for the Ninetales. What a lead by Ben.
Yeah, immediately switching out the Ninetales, and we're seeing Vigo versus Frostlass, and these are two spammy Mons, but of course Frostlass's charge move's doing a lot more damage, and Ben being smart lets NES lets the first one through, still able to, start. Oh, throws the Bulldoze, gets the shield. Ben has been down shields this series so far.
I'll tell you what, though, this feels a lot better than Game 1. You shield the correct move. Now you can unleash all this energy onto the Ninetales, forcing that shield back. Frostlass, again, so powerful. Here comes Fire Spin sneaks through. That's going to take a little chunk, but here comes a Shadow Ball.
Yeah, decides the shield, keep it healthy. Shields are even, and okay, Ferrothorn, and again, it's just looking like it's going to present so many problems for Ben's team. Such a unique Pokemon.
Yeah, I agree, Jim. Sorry, I just love the push-pull by Ben as well. He's got two water types. He lures out that grass, going to give Frostlass a chance. I think he's putting himself in a good position, given his the cards that he holds. Yeah,
very good strategy, and going to let the Pelipper go, hanging on to the last shield because it could just be so helpful. And Swampert's going to be very helpful. Shadow Ball, I believe Ninetales would survive just barely.
Yeah, gonna shield though. Oh no, the shield goes, and here comes the Mud Boy.
Ben has set himself up really nice to even out this series. I assume Ben's going to be able to just, Hydro Cannon and win, even up series. And great bounce back battle for Ben. Great bounce back battle.
Well, I just want to point out the different the skill sets and the craft that these battlers have refined for these kinds of situations. Ben running a completely different line, ABA Water, making those 4 switch outs to switch lock himself to get alignment. Just being able to switch up your flow is so important, right, Jimma?
Yeah, I agree, and he was able to do that. But is he gonna? Let's see how these battlers do in this next one. I assume that they assume that Ferrothorn's going to be in play. So again, it's just how do you keep handling this Ferrothorn? He did a nice job of it last battle. Maybe we do see more Frostlass or Pelipper. Let's see how they do.
See, Frostlass lead into Skarmory. You always have to ask the question, is this the best place for my Frostlass to be? And I kind of see the 2 water types, and I don't think it is.
That's a great point, actually, because you can almost guarantee that Ferrothorn is lurking in the back there. So Ben, again, very skilled battler, but he's going to have a tough team comp to go against.
Landing the Shadow Ball is big, and he's staying in the matchup as well. Ben is making an early call on the back line, I think. No way he brings double steal. Right, Jimma?
I don't know what these battlers are just so big brain. They're trying to outsmart each other and able to farm down with the Shadow Swampert. The only Shadow Swampert I think we'll see today. And we know it's carrying the Sludge Wave, right? So you got to... Oh, big bait, right? Showed the Sludge Wave earlier in the series. Able to draw a shield on the bait on that. And very good play.
Yeah, we do see the Swampert shielding as well. You want to preserve it. You got a lot of energy. Pelipper in decision point here. Shields a Sludge there, Jimma.
Good call from Ben. Of course, he's now out of shields. And what did he bring in to catch the Weather Ball?
Vigo.
Oh, no Pharaoh this battle. And like you said, big call from Ben with the 2 waters in the back. I don't think we're going to see Pharaoh this battle.
Taking the shield, switching to Swampert. This Vigoroth has to be approaching 2 body slams. Can he sneak in a Hydro before the second one comes through? Let's see. No, he cannot.
But he should be able to just barely survive this.
Counters. Here comes
the Ferrothorn.
I think, Jimmo, I'm concerned here. I think that Shadow Swampert can mudshot down.
Yeah, you're right. And
Sludge!
Does this KO? I'm not as familiar. It's going to do a lot of damage.
Yikes!
Oh, and it does KO. Wow, that was what a battle. Ben almost had it, and The moveset on Swampert just paying off. Sludge Wave just so powerful against that Pelipper.
Yeah, now I do have to jump in here. I saw Speedy was a little bit confused and it came out as well. Unfortunately, Shadow Swampert was not on Nezabethan's team. They did in fact register that regular Swampert. So unfortunately, despite winning that battle, they've unfortunately forfeited the battle by bringing the wrong Pokemon, and Shiny Hunter Ben actually gets that win, which is huge in this best of 5 when they only need those 3 wins to take it out. So, yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. It's happened. It's happened to me as well in the past before. You think you know what team you registered, you bring in this Pokemon, it was just the wrong one. But, yeah, unfortunately.
That's devastating, of course. Yeah, for NES, but a lot of these battlers, they participate in so many different formats, right? You're like, sometimes it feels like your head must be spinning from all the PvP battles and different teams, and that is a huge misplay by NES.
Yeah, there's this interesting thing in Silicon Valley where a lot of tech founders, they have the same clothes they wear every day. And with these kinds of teams, if you just have the right tag, you don't have to think about move sets or shadows. You just have the tag, you pick the Pokemon, you simplify, because you're already running 1,000 simulations in your head for each of these matchups, right, Jimma?
That's a great tip, Speedy, especially for everybody watching, of course. And thank you for watching. We got a Swampert, the right Swampert mirror match. And are we going to see sneak-ins? We see one sneak-in from Ben, so it's got a little bit of an energy advantage. Of course, you know that you can take the first Hydro Cannon. And Ben deciding to swap out right away to draw out Ferrothorn, maybe?
Yeah, I would agree. Comes in, going to go for the Hurricane as well. And we haven't seen the second move. All we've seen is Power Whip. Wow, Ferrothorn takes a big hit there. He's got the Skarmory in the back, which I assume will mop up here. Here comes the Thunder, and Pelipper is out here.
I could almost feel the na thunder. And he KOs Pelipper with that big Hydro Cannon from Swampert. I can see Speedy's a little shocked. Is it him bringing in the Swampert against the Ferro, or?
Yeah, it absolutely is, because you have that Swampert loaded with energy on the opponent's team. You come in here, you land the Hydro, which is fine, but Swampert can beat the Skarmory, depending on shields.
Yeah, a lot of people sound scared. Ben not scared, right? Bringing in Swampert against Ferrothorn. Just, again, very, very gutsy call by Ben, but you got to be gutsy when you get to this level. And Skarmory able to, of course, take these body slams and build up a little extra energy for the next matchup, but both players hanging onto their shields. Ben going to invest this one.
This is so tough, Jimma. Finally expending his shield. Here comes a Sky Attack from the Skarmory. You want to get the shield back because in this kind of mud match you have here, you don't want to be without shields. Shielding again, though. Wow.
I think he was going for the Brave Bird here. Is that what he... Yeah, he did click it. CMP tie protects Skarmory to get it off, and good shield. This is going to be close.
I think just one mud shot makes a big difference here in the mirror, taking down Ben Swampert. Here he comes. I think he's going to outpace. This Swampert is just too powerful.
Yeah, very powerful. Not needing the shadow, and despite gifting battle to Ben last battle, we've got a tied-up series for the championship. Game 5 hype. Let's go.
Wow, decisive Game 5. We did see Nezabethan kind of give one away there with the Shadow Swampert. He did not make that mistake in Game 4. Man, Jimma, what do you want to see from these battlers? I know we only have a few seconds here.
Of course, we wanted to see Ben avoid the Ferrothorn. It's just so devastating to his team. I'm going to put some respect on, say the name again, Nessa. I kept calling him NES, Nezabethan.
Nezabethan. That's how I believe it's pronounced. But chat, let me know if I'm wrong.
Yeah, always helpful. But, of course, Ben just wanting to stay away from the Ferrothorn. Does Bethan bring the Ninetales this match? Probably not, because Ben's brought the double water the last couple battles. Not this one, though.
Not this time. He going right into the Skarmory mirror match. Here comes the air slash through on the animation. Interesting swap into the Skarmory. Maybe trying to lure out the Swampert, get it onto that Pelipper in some eventuality.
Maybe. We used to joke about this matchup being extra boring, but it is a little more spicy with the Brave Bird, which does get thrown, and then he dips out, bringing in the Swampert. Ben going to throw, I believe it's a Sky Attack. It is, just to kind of chip down this Swampert and put him in a good position to try to win this battle.
Yeah, it seems like that he's scared away the Ninetales, so he is keeping that Frostlass in the back. He's not too concerned about it. He gets the Swampert out, which is what we thought he might do. I think he comes in the Pelipper here, and he tries to maybe sweep with the Frostlass. Interesting.
Yeah, not able to farm down the Swampert too easy. Great call on Ben to shield that. So he shields and then farms down. What's coming in next from Bethan?
Yeah, doesn't want to get sledged again. Here comes the Skarmory, which means there's not a better answer to the Pelipper in the back. Man, if there is a Ninetales back there, this could spell trouble for Ben.
Yeah, that unique team from Bethan. We'll see if that's what's lurking in the back. These nerfed weather balls from Niantic are still chipping down. Still a very great charge move. So spammy. Decides to shield the Sky Tag. I think might have been concerned about Brave Bird, or maybe just wanted to keep his Pelipper healthy. Because maybe he senses what you sensed, that Ninetales in the back. It's not. It's a Vigoroth.
Ben has to be breathing a sigh of relief here, Jimma. I mean, the one Bulldoze is not quite enough, and I think the combination of damage here could be enough to have Ben come out on top. Would you agree?
I think it's looking that way. Of course, we always want to root for these fan favorites, but it's so hard to call, and you never want to call it too early. But yeah, it looks like Ben is going to be crowned champion.
Wow.
Pewter City. Wow.
Pewter City champ. Is that accurate, Steve? Do we have a new champ in the house?
We have a Pewter City champion. We'll bring that bracket up, and we've got that shiny Hunter Ben hitting the trophy in a pretty, look, it came down to the wire. It was going to be 3-2 either way. And that one game that was just gifted to shiny Hunter Ben because of the Shadow Swampert, you have to wonder if it may have gone another way if they brought the correct Swampert in. Could that 3-2 have gone in the other direction and granted Neza Beethan the championship? It's a rough little spot.
Yeah, that's a great question, Stephen. Hopefully the viewers, whether they're watching it live or now uploaded on your YouTube channel, will go back and leave some comments, because again, so many of these battles are close and can be changed by a shield here, or of course in that situation a gift to Ben. Always great to analyze the very intense and close battles in these different formats. Very fun. So please leave some comments in the comment section so we can review them after.
Yeah, but either way, still really, really well played from both battlers there. They brought it down to the wire. No matter which way that game went, it was a 3-2 in the end. Really well hard fought. And both of them will be progressing through to the God tier as well. And, Nezabethan still that, I'm going to keep calling him the minor premiership champ in that Pewter City by topping the leaderboard in that town. And again, this is my lobby. So these are my, these are the fellas. So Shiny Hunter Ben able to take that lobby out. So we are going to hop over into the next town, which is the New Bark City. So we're going to hop over and take a look at the New Bark bracket now. No fancy stinger animation there, but jumping in here, we can see we've got another swarm of faces. Some of them familiar, some of them maybe less so. We've got Jarunja up in that number 1 seed as the champion to beat. And then in number 2, we've got NHoff 90. We've got 2016 T Douglas, Party Marty 18. And then over in round 1 in the number 5 and number 6 seeds, we have Will Sims MS and Master Ollie. So we've got a whole new teams here. We've got a whole bunch of new action to check out. Now I know in the previous stream, for those who checked it out, there was actually a fair bit of difference between the teams from each of the individual cities. So we'll see if that is the case here. Jumping into the first team from New Bark, and we are seeing some fresh new Pokemon here. Will Sims MS bringing some very interesting Pokemon. Actually, both Will Sims MS and Master Ollie are bringing in one particular Pokemon that we have not seen yet. I'm not sure how they both landed on this, but again, I just want to remind everyone because I know that it's been a long stream. Some people might have come and gone. But even though we're watching from Will Sims MS's perspective, it does not necessarily mean that they are going to come out on top here. But, I mean, Jimma, do you see what I'm seeing as a unique little pick that has managed to appear on both teams?
Yeah, of course, it's the Primate and, counter being so strong. And it immediately stood out when we were reviewing some of these teams prior, right? And, again, Sableye hasn't been a huge pick from all of them, and I assume Master Ollie has an XL one if he's confident enough to bring it in this format. And at least in this matchup, where we saw the last Sableye. Didn't have as many favorable matchups, but at least Sableye looks like he has a little more free range to, you know, maybe pull out some victories.
Yeah, I would agree. I think the Sableye looks incredibly impressive, both as a safe switch and as a closer. You know, I love the Dragalge. I think it's one of the coolest additions to the scene. But look at the threats on the other side. You've got Altaria, you've got Shadow Obama, you've got the Jellicent, which can actually win, but it is bait dependent. And then you have the Registeel as well. Oh, man, it looks tough for the Dragon there. But I would love to see some action from that as well. Sableye is coming 100%. I agree. And Primeape always looks good. But as you know, it can only tank maybe one charge move if you're lucky.
Yeah, very glassy.
And it's a Pokemon. I mean, quick question, final question for me: are we going to see a Weather Ball Primeape?
Probably not. I don't think so. Maybe, you never know, right?
Let's see if we see some Weather Ball hacks here from the Primates, or if we have the Close Combat Night/Ice Punch trio. Here comes the Dragalge, and it was going to be tough from the start, right, Jimma?
Yeah, it's cold outside. These Shadow, Powder Snows, and Weather Balls are going to threaten this this unique dragon in this format, and he's going to get the first shield from his opponent. But of course, you got to be very concerned about the different charge moves coming his way. Does bait with the Aqua Tail, but still able to get off another Weather Ball.
Yeah, this is kind of a tough matchup for both trainers. Double shielding the Dragalge. Does somebody know their Sims? Will Sims might know the answer, right?
Yeah, definitely. Actually, that's a great point. And of course, these battlers know their matchups. They probably run multiple simulations on PV Poke. We've got a shiny Altaria with that oppressive Dragon Breath damage, but Registeel don't really care about any of these charge moves or the Dragon Breath damage.
Both trainers over farming here, anticipating a switch, but it's not coming. That Jelly, reaching for it, but doesn't get the switch in. Altaria is going to take a cannon right there to the wing.
Yeah, we haven't seen. This is exactly what I was concerned about, right? We haven't seen much Jelly today in either of the city battles, right? And of course, Sableye being so devastating to Jelly in this matchup, I think finding out the move sets is very important. Of course, no Ice Beam on Jelly, but both charge moves have been exposed. Going to go for the Bubble Beam. And almost enough to KO, but Sableye is going to be able to get off another foul play, which is kind of huge.
Yeah, I'll say. I mean, the dark subtyping really helps against the Shadow Ball. You're going to try to get to 2 Sky attacks here, but no! Registeel says the Bukk stops here. Flash Cannon coming through here. Big KO. That was a pretty commanding win there in Game 1.
Yeah, well played. A little Ollie and a kick flip to victory from Master Ollie. But Will Sims is going to try to turn this series around and even it up. Dang, that Sableye is just so strong against some of his Pokemon. It makes it very tough for Will Sims.
Yeah, I got to say, the Dragalge sticking in there in that early matchup was very interesting, but it actually paid off in a big way for Ollie being able to Dragon Tail down. I mean, Sableye, you have to contain it. I mean, you have the spam of the Abomasnow, you have the Altaria, but outside of that, against the back 4 there, Nidoqueen, Jelly, Primeape, and the Registeel, it's pretty tough. Here comes Reggie, Sableye, just like we said.
Yeah, a lot of shinies on the side of Will Sims. Always makes the battles look nice and sparkly, and let's see how good these IVs are, or are they going to pay off? Yeah, you're able to take multiple charge moves here from Sableye. Leading Sableye is very interesting.
Yeah, I love to spice things up. You don't always need to run a Pokemon as a safe switch. You can always put it in the front. Good timing here on the foul play. This might be enough.
Oh, yeah, he's going to shield just to make sure he can get a little more damage off, right? So maybe we get a chance to see how XL that Sableye is. Eats it, immediately switches into Primeape to farm down the Registeel.
Why no switch out, Jimma? I don't understand why you don't switch out there. You've got 2 anti-fighters, and you just let that Primeape get all the energy. And the Ice Punch is so punishing on the Altaria.
Ouch. Very punished. Well, he was punished for not recognizing what you just mentioned. A shiny Primeape as well. I know he shouldn't be as impressed with the shiny flexes, but it just makes the battles for a nice time.
Reaching for that Jellicent. Sableye still around, but very weak. Here comes the Nidoqueen. Man, this is actually not too bad, right? Because the Jellicent can hard wall, but the shields are down, and the Earth Power is going to take a significant chunk.
Oh, he went for the Poison Fang. Interesting.
Yeah, there's two ways to play it, right? You can either, the Earth Power won't KO, but if you land the Poison Fang, I believe it will. But he had to call a Shadow Ball there. This is very tough. Now you're shielding a beam. Oh, this doesn't feel good.
Yeah, is this Jelly going to escape with a win with this wild Sableye going around? Well, this Sableye says, no, we're going to get rid of the Jelly. And
wow, coming in with the Altaria. You need the Sky Attack, but you're not even close. Here comes the Poison Donkey Fang, as we say, right?
yeah. Donkey. Yeah, look at that. So Master Ollie taking a commanding lead in the series. Sableye just running wild. I don't know if this Primate is helping. It looks like it's more hurting Will Sims, but in this matchup. But
yeah, I mean it's very tough. We talked about containing the Sableye. You don't have a pure dark to wall it, so you have to find other ways to beat it. Jellicent isn't making the cut. I think we need to use that Altaria to beat it because it seems like that's the best place for it to be, and then maybe piece together the rest of the matchup with the other Pokemon there.
Yeah, great point, Speedy. I like the strategy. We'll see if Will's able to do that. And good lead for Will to try to get a victory, right? To try to get this series back in within reach. But this Sableye just being so annoying for Will.
Yeah, but he lures it out, which is actually very clever. I think he might even pave the way for Jellicent to have a lot of work here in the back half of the matchup. Throwing straight Poison Fang, I doubt we see a shield from the Sableye. You're kind of just maintaining switch here because you want that steel type on the Altaria.
Yeah, that's actually brilliant if that was a strategy to lure out the Sableye because it's just been so devastating. And, Nidoqueen not a Sableye counter, but able to just kind of deal with it and get it low and hopefully get it out of here if he's able to land this Poison Fang.
Will is selling out to stop the Sableye, going down 2 shields. Here comes another move, though. You cannot take switch from that little munchkin there. He's just too strong.
He tried. This Sableye just running amok all over the place. And but this Registeel still such a dominant position versus Altaria. Is this Jelly with no shields going to be able to help Will stay in this series?
Let's see. A little bit of mutual lag. Now we're catching up. Let's see if he reaches for Sky Attack. No, he doesn't get the switch, Jimmy. He tried again.
Dang, that's, again, very unfortunate. This shiny Altaria is done, and... I was wondering if he was going to try to debuff or if it would even matter debuffing the Night Slashes before they started landing. A little too late?
Maybe it's interesting. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Just at that point, when it's so fast paced, but maybe just throw the Shadow Ball to try to get rid of this Primate. But I think he's now trying to, of course, maybe he was just concerned about the shield and that's why he didn't throw the Shadow Ball and just trying to debuff this Primate to try to keep his Jelly alive. Is he going to be able to do it? It's going to be very close.
Really paying off here. Bubble Beam's adding up. Primate hangs on and makes the switch out. You going to catch? No catch. Oh,
so close. I'm not sure if the Shadow Ball would have KO'd, but what an effort by Will, but just not enough to take out this well constructed team from Master Ollie.
Wow, Altaria struggles and screams, but unable to get through the Registeel. That was a dominant 3-0. Sableye just out of control in that set.
Yeah, of course, it always hurts in the moment when you get swept like this, but these battlers have gone through many different battles, so even though you get swept, Will, very good battler and a great attempt on his part, but Master Ollie is going to go into the next round to try to be champ.
Yeah, so Master Ollie landing that 3-0. Again, Will Sims still has an opportunity to get to that elite tier, to the God tier, through the playoffs afterwards. But is going to be Master Ollie going ahead, taking on NHoff 90 in the next round. But again, we're going to hop over into the other bracket first so we can get some variety and see some other teams going on. So we've got 2016 T Douglas versus Party Marty 18. I know in that last one we saw double Primate appear out of nowhere. Are we going to see something fancy coming through this time? A little bit. They've actually both brought in something that I don't think we've seen, not one particular Pokemon, but a roll of Pokemon that I don't actually think we've seen yet. Speedy, I might be putting you on the spot here, but can you identify what this new new introduction may be?
As the TTS bot Brian would say, chom 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 is making its way here. I doubt we see like a sucker punch Wigglytuff, right? There's no chance of that. So we got two Charmers, one on each side. You do see the Zweilous as well from Douglas, which is a Pokemon that our Pewter City champ Shiny Hunter Ben actually did utilize as well with the Skarmory, Swampert, and the Frostlass. Eerily similar teams, 4 out of 6, I would say. And I will mention this before you break this down further, Jimma. 2016 T. Douglas is one of the only trainers to beat Dunebug, the 2021 world champion in faction. So this is no slouch. Douglas is the real deal.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with Douglas, repping Michigan, and is he going to teach us how to Dougie today? We will find out. Party Marty back from the future with Quagsire. That's just kind of an odd choice, unique as well. So we'll see how these battlers utilize their charm, and of course, is Quagsire going to be smiling like that after the battle? We'll find out.
I love the Marty McFly reference. Very sly there, Jimma.
He's a tough battler. Douglas, and we'll see how Marty does. Good lead from Marty, yeah, getting the Vig, and here's Quagsire right away. Of course, Stone Edge going to threaten this Frostlass, but throwing the Shadow Ball right away.
Yeah, I think this matchup is a story of energy pacing. We saw that Frostlass swap in just one turn before, so he's able to get to these moves really quickly. Again, Shadow Ball does a big chunk of damage. U2 shield and farm all the way, Jimma. This Frostlass is going to dump so many avalanches on his opponent here.
Yeah, it looked like that was his plan. He went over the avalanche and just kept farming, maybe trying to get an extra powder snow in, but farms down, but he's got no shields. And that always feels very scary to me as a battler. So we'll see if Douglas is going to be able to survive with the no shields with this loaded Frostlass throwing back-to-back Shadow Balls, doing a lot of damage to this Registeel.
As soon as you see this kind of shield differential, Jimma, I always think about fast move pressure, fast move pressure. Can you close this out with your fast moves, or do you need to break these shields? Here comes Swampert. There's Vigo. Oh man, the air slashes are adding up, but I think the Vigo has enough protection here. It's going to be hard to say, though. Here comes a body slam from Vigoroth.
Yeah, it is very hard to say, like even just looking at it, and we know that Swampert isn't going to farm much down, but this Skarmory trying to put in work right now, trying to give Douglas the first win in this matchup, or second. What battle are we on again?
We're in game 1 here. Vigoroth going to throw the body slam.
Trying to take a series lead here. And is Douglas going to be able to get the Sky Attack off?
Whoa, he does.
Barely. Wow, that was close. IVs do pay off.
I was going to say, IVs don't matter until they do. Here comes the Swampert. All the mud shot fast moves? No way. No way. No way.
I said it and I was wrong, right? I thought that the Swampert wouldn't farm much down, but it was enough to farm not one but 2 Pokemon down. Good win from Douglas.
Oh, dang. So crafty. Wow. We talk about charm, we talk about counter, we talk about Razor Leaf, but the mud shot down is a very unique occurrence, right? I'm glad we got to see that here.
Yeah, I don't know if Douglas even needs to bring the Zweilous, of course being concerned about the charm from Clefable, but even Wigglytuff, I think he's got a strong 4 with Skarmory, Swamp Vig, and Frostlass. We'll see if that's how he plays it.
Yeah, good point. Let's see what happens here going into game 2. Douglas with the early lead. Man, that was a very unconventional win. Let's see if this one's a little more normal, if you will. Jellison into Skarmory. Famously, Jellison is a great core breaker. Comes in with the Vigo. This is a Bubble Jelly, which is a little bit better for it against the Vig, right, Jimma?
Yeah, I was actually just going to say or wonder if he was going to bring out Jelly, and he did. Was that an Ice Beam?
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure, of course, because now we know the moveset. I would imagine it's Ice Beam Shadow Ball on his Jelly, different from what we saw in the last series.
Staying in here with the Jellicent, maybe weak to Vigo in the back, so this might have been a silver platter offering of the ape there on the screen, and he gets one more body slam, but man, this Jelly is loaded with energy from all these bubbles.
Yeah, looking really good. Decided to shield, though, that last one. Maybe just wanted to keep his Jelly really healthy.
Here comes the Skarm.
Yeah. Thought you might let it go, but of course these battlers know what they're doing. There's the Shadow Ball and the Skarmory. And Skarmory just trying to farm up, but this Jelly is loaded and just kind of throwing these Shadow Balls.
Well, okay, as we've seen, Jimma. Oh, it doesn't get there. We've seen the Ice Beam and the Shadow Ball. He wanted to get there in 5 air slashes, but unable to do it. That is really critical.
Yeah, nice farm down. This Skarmory's loaded with energy. I think he clicked on the Sky Attack, not the Brave Bird. Oh, he goes Brave Bird. This Registeel just causing a lot of issues as well with its steel typing.
Normally, I wouldn't give Quag the chance here in the matchup, but with the shield protection, if it is Earthquake Quag, this is a little bit troubling for the Swampert.
Yeah, I think that it would be Earthquake, and we do see the movesets on Quag now, so some things have been exposed, but Douglas trying to double up here. I think it might be too little too late, yeah.
Oh, it gets one more. Jimma, you don't think it's a Stone Edge Acid Spray Quag? What do you mean?
Yeah, it definitely could be, especially with the lower cost to Acid Spray, but I think he went with the right move with Earthquake.
Oh man, critical move coming here from the Registeel. Just too much to overcome. The Focus Blast going to KO Skarm. If you can't get the Swampert onto the Reggie, it spells a little bit of trouble here. We saw game 1, Swampert versus Reggie, Mudshot down. Game 2, a little bit of a different story. Would you agree, Jimma?
Yeah, very different story. And I'm trying to wrap my head around these teams. I know it's a lot of Pokemon that we've already seen, but they just could flip them around in different ways, and the other battler will be in such a dominant position. So we've got a tied up series, and a very exciting one so far.
Yeah, I can't wait to get into it. Let's see. I mean, answers for Registeel kind of few and far between, but we haven't seen the Vigoroth from Douglas yet, I don't believe. Or did we just see it in the previous game? It's hard to remember which Vig is on which side. Here comes Wiggle. It's for Reggie. No!
Ooh, this is not good for Wigglytuff. We do see a Charmer finally try to charm its way into these battles. Both Charmers saying hello, but this Charmer in a lot better position against Vigoroth.
My goodness. Swap the Vig. 2 answers to Reggie this time, but you have to win switch. Otherwise, you can't get the Swampert back onto the Reggie. And the Charmer, if it shields, is going to be very troubling here.
And he does decide to protect the Clefable and able to... tried to charm down, not able to do it. Do you invest both shields, though? He does.
Oh, he does.
And I think that's just that alignment is so important, right? We're going to see if Douglas can utilize these 2 shields to kind of turn these matchups around. Again, that Registeel just being so devastating to... But shields down, right? This Swampert...
I love the no shield, Jim. I love the no shield. You put your Swampert up 2 shields, give it an advantage. You have to watch for a catch here. Probably, yeah, I think shielding the first one is fine. It is the Focus Blast. Good call. Let's see what the third is. Again, anticipating the catch. Look at the overfarm. Absolutely gross.
Yeah, very disgusting even. And sometimes very dangerous to overfarm. But he did the right decision. He played it very well. And now he's doubled up on these Hydro Cannons, trying to get rid of this Vig to take a 2-1 series lead. And it looks like he's going to be able to do that after leading his Charmer into Registeel. Very impressive.
No, I think the Vigoroth made a huge difference there, getting both shields, really kind of clearing the runway for the Swampert, as we saw. Just not enough fast move pressure against a 2-shield Swampert. That's an interesting strategy. And again, Jimma, the craft with these trainers is so incredible, switching up their flow, switching their strategy every game.
Yeah, big brain strategies. A lot of the battlers that participate in these Go Stadium tournaments, I mean, we've said it before, they're wanting more battles and more formats, and they're just really carrying the sport further and further into where we want it to be, and very impressed with what we've seen today.
Yeah, these matches are a real treat. We don't talk about the Go Stadium lobbies. It's a great place to make friends. I still have a lot of friends from Season 1 that I keep in touch with, but also a great house for great competitors. We see the Vigo into the Altaria, making the switch into Frostlass, getting hard answered by the Reggie. Oh, man.
Yeah, oh man, indeed, right? We're going to see a couple shadow balls here, but when did the shields come out? Is Switch is obviously very important. Douglas did not like seeing that Altaria on his Vigoroth at all, so he's going to invest a shield right now to try to win Switch, if possible. Of course, Frostlash just so spammy and should outpace Registeel. He might be able to do that.
Yeah, it's going to be really close here. We see the double Shadow Ball. That one was shielded, which is a bit tough. His Shadow Ball, a bit more expensive than the Avalanche. Going to let it go. Content with swapping shields. Probably going to look for a farm down here. And as we know, Body Slam is neutral, and it will add up on the Altaria. Here comes the swap into the Vig, though. You got to save it. You got to save Vig for Reggie, so he switches out.
Yeah, what a heads-up switch by Party Marty. And these Body Slams obviously going to be resisted, but does Douglas's Vigoroth have enough health to carry him to victory?
Good question. I think the Vigoroth is going to really earn its paycheck this week if it can pull this off. Here comes a Sky Attack, and it's not quite enough, but the Air Slash will be.
Okay, in comes the Registeel. I don't think one Sky Attack's going to do it, but I think you kind of want some of this farm for the Vigoroth, so it looks like that's what's going to happen. I think he undercharged that a little, maybe.
That was the Flash Cannon keeping the Skarm alive with the Sky Attack. I love the move to bank a move. Here comes the Body Slam from the Altaria onto the Altaria, and then another Body Slam. Jimma, it's moving so fast I can't keep up. Take over.
No, yeah, right. Even with the shield, though, I don't think Douglas is going to be able to pull this off. It was a great attempt. You don't want to count him out too early. I hope I didn't do that, but it's just so close. And wow, with this shield, he's going to be able to get to another Body Slam.
Can he, though? Here come the Dragon Breaths. Oh, no!
Okay, he cannot. Wow, that was pretty close. Of course, just right there on the fringe of another Body Slam, but that just presents us with a Game 5 hype. This series is tied up. Dang.
This series has been a thrill to watch. So much going on, especially in that last game. We got to reboot. We got to refresh. We got to get ready because the action is not slowing down here. I think oh man, that was such a tough game. Not being able to save the Skarmory. The alignment was always not kind of in his favor. It's going to be interesting to see decisive Game 5 here, how these battlers adjust.
Yeah, let's get into it. Great content so far with our
Shout
friend
out to PvP.
Oh, we almost just felt it at the same time, eh? We both wanted to give Steve a head nod for, of course, bringing us all to this one spot to watch these great battles. Game 5 hype, and we've got big charge moves going to be thrown. Oh, switch out right away. There's the jelly again. Obviously, we know it's now Ice Beam's going to be thrown. He doesn't have to worry about the Bubble Beams.
So what we're seeing here, Jim, I think, is a reach back to that game-winning strategy earlier. 2 answers to Registeel in the back. So he swapped the Vigo trying to take Switch, but he gets a Jellicent to answer, which is really tough here. I think the adjustments are really high level.
Yeah, I think he realizes that he's not going to be able to take out this Jelly. He's just going to let his Vigoroth go. But in a tough spot, of course, 2 great spammy Pokemon remaining on Douglas's team, but Party Marty kind of celebrating here. He's in a good position to try to take this Game 5.
Let's see. Throwing up the shield. We know it's nukes or nothing. Here comes a Shadow Ball. Same energy cost. No reason to bait Ice Beam, right? Here comes an Avalanche bait, though. Yeah, I think you got the Registeel in the back. There's not a huge cause to bait, but he gets the farm down. That was actually huge brain. Here comes Swampert. Answered by the Vigoroth that keeps going so fast, Jimmo. We're going to try to throw the Hydro Cannon here. Vigoroth up to the 2 Body Slams, and here comes the Hydro Cannon from the Swampert.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, these Pokemon are just spamming, ready to go. Here we go. This Vigoroth's got quite a bit of energy. How many Body Slams? This won't take it out, but I think he could almost throw another one. He gets an extra counter in, but the Swampert throws the Hydro Cannon. Man, this Vigoroth's just going to put in some work here. And I think it's safe to, let Swampert go. Douglas in a tough spot right now.
This is tough. I think you reach for a full farm down, but the Bulldoze is gathering here. Oh, I think you let it through. Yeah, you have to. Oh, no!
Yeah, it's just not enough, and it was a great attempt. No reason to bait from Party Marty. Throws the Bulldoze, and looks like Party Marty is going to advance on a tough battler, Douglas. A great effort, of course, on both sides, but that was a great series overall. It was very exciting.
Yeah, that was a thrill. Would you agree, Steve?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it also turned Speediest Chief into the speediest rapper in the game. So always fun to see. But we'll hop over to the bracket. Just as the last one, we don't actually have an update graphic here for this one. We'll have to update it for the next one. But Party Marty is going to be progressing through to the God tier. And then we'll also have the chance going to the semi-finals for this New Bark League Championship. We're going to be hopping over now into the MHF 90 versus Master Ollie matchup. We've seen Master Ollie get that 3-0 dominating sweep beforehand. So we'll see what MHF 90 has got to bring to the table here. And we've seen some familiar faces coming back around, and I think Talon may be new for this stream potentially. But what do you guys kind of see immediately with MHF coming to the table up against that Master Ollie Primate this time around?
Yeah, I mean Sableye still looking really good. Of course, Xylos might be able to like chip it down a little bit, but it does look good. You're right. We haven't seen much Talonflame today. We did see it, I think, in the first series. I think it has a couple better matchups in this series, but still has to be very concerned about Sableye and Swampert.
Yeah, this one's a little less clear cut than we've seen so far. I do like the Swampert for Master Ollie. Potential win cons against the Skarmory and the Talonflame can really wall the Nidoqueen. And then as we saw in an earlier matchup, unless Quag has some sort of energy or shield advantage, it is the inferior Mudboy when compared to that Shadow Swampert. We do see the Shadow designation as well. So let's see. Sableye again looking very tough, but there are two dark types though, Jimma. We know the Scrafty is a bit bait dependent, but the Xylos would be big trouble for the Sableye, I believe.
Yeah, very. Of course, Scrafty just always power up punching its way to winning potential matchups, and we'll see if he's able to do it in the series.
Yeah, we have some awesome Sylph battlers here in the chat as well. I see Ollie, who I assume is Master Ollie, and we do have Abhinav, who again is one of the greats in the Sylph arena. Great to see you.
Yeah, shout out to everyone battling in Sylph, right? We got the hype, the start of the season, right? So shout out to everyone battling and participating in their Lunar Cups. And just great vibes, of course. PvP is just in a great spot right now. It's in the height of that season with Sylph and GBLA and all different types of formats. It's just great. And
our local Twitch rival, Speediest Chief, as well. There's so much going on. It's definitely very exciting times, and I'm looking forward to how the scene's going to kind of evolve over time. And I think all of the battles we're seeing here today definitely have a very good chance of keep appearing again and again in all of these formats as well. Really good battles across the board. And I mean, yeah, let's jump into it.
Let's jump in. I'm excited to see what Antimatter does, and I love having Jimma here. This is a bit tricky. You got to land the gunk to give yourself a shot, and we don't have gunk. Moveset reveal.
Yeah, I'm actually, I don't see Clefable on any of the
graphics.
Yeah, just threw me off a little bit.
Uh-oh, do we have another situation?
I don't think so. I think this is a pure Steve is a silly Billy. But if you guys want to focus on the battles, I'll see what's going on.
Yeah,
sure. Hey, we all get a little silly sometimes, right? So we're okay, and we're going to continue watching these battles. These Shadow Claws adding up. How XL? We've seen how XL. We don't officially know the IVs, but of course Sableye able to take the charge move and get multiple foul plays off. So we'll see if saving the shield is going to pay off for Ollie.
Yeah, this is an interesting position to be in. You lead the dragon, you have the dark type in the back, so you're forced to play an ABA. We see here giving up switch, Sableye barely squeaking out of that matchup. You have the Registeel, but man, if there's another answer to it, like a Scrafty or something in the back, it's going to be tough for the steel type here.
Well, now we also know that the Sableye doesn't have as much free range to run around with this Charmer, of course, running around. But Registeel not concerned about these Charmers at all. So Sableye and Registeel kind of complementing each other well in this battle. Let's see how much this Flash Cannon does. We won't know because it gets shielded, and 90 is out of shields.
Yeah, the shield early tells us two things. The first is that this Jellicent probably has Bubble Beam. You want to debuff those Flash Cannons if you can. Gets the Shadow Ball shielded, though. So Registeel still fighting here. We know the Flash Cannon resisted by the water typing, but it does take a chunk. You need to land 2 more, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's what he's looking to do, or at least land 1 more after he shields this Shadow Ball. This lock-on Registeel, of course, just putting in work, trying to finish off Jelly, but is he going to be able to do that? I don't think so.
Let's see. I think in the third Shadow Ball is going to come through here, and that will spell the end for the Registeel. Too much for the Steel type to overcome there, Jimma.
Yeah. So I was just looking at some of the squads. I was trying to see if this Clefable. Well, it's no big deal. Yeah, great first win from MHF, and
yeah, it looks like it's possible that may have actually been one of the battles up against Party Marty in the last battle, because it looks like it was his team there. This is, in fact, MHF's team here on screen with the Scarfy, the Talonflame, the Skarmory, or at least that's what I've been told. So I think that may have been a Steve Oopsie in showing us one of Party Marty's battles. So we'll keep the series going in hope that it might clear itself up. But I do. I'll be able to pull up the final result as well if all things go wrong. But we'll jump into the next battle and see what we're looking at. If we're going to be starting from the start, maybe we are watching a full set of Party Marty again, in which case we might have to go on to the next round. But we'll just have to wait and see. So apologies for the confusion. We'll just have to wait and see how big of a Steve heck-up this may have been.
That's
no
okay,
worries.
Steve.
Yeah, we were just saying the same thing. It's okay. We always want to keep the party going, no matter whose battles it is. And we'll get into this next battle and see what we've got.
All right, Sableye into the Quagsire. We saw Sableye come out on top, but that Earthquake does a lot, making the fast swap into Altaria. Here comes the Donkey Fang, Jimma. If you throw up those shields, the Fangs will add up here.
Yeah, this is it's going to be a great lead, and next the safe swaps looking pretty good. I mean, the Dragon Breath damage is starting to add up on this Queen, but these Poison Fangs are starting to add up. Of course, do you shield and protect your Queen? He does, and this will just kind of keep everything blind. Yeah.
No, exactly right. I think the Altaria was kind of approaching 2 Sky attacks, unable to get the second one. Going up a lot of energy, throwing the Earth Power here. Let's see if Quag shields. There's probably no shield coming up, and he does take a lot of damage. Fast swap into the Swampert, but this Quag is loaded, and the Swampert is down a shield.
Protecting itself right now from Earthquake. Of course, 2 nukes being carried by this Quagsire, I believe, and this Hydro Cannon should KO if he doesn't shield. He does shield to protect it. This Swampert's out of shields. How much damage will this do to the Shadow? It KOs.
Yikes. Down goes Swampert. Quag comfortably out of farm range, waiting down the switch timer in case he needs to catch. Here comes the Charmer, though. Oh, no. Reaching for the Nidoqueen, unable to get there. Going to stall with the foul play.
I wonder how much of the switch clock clock before he was forced to come in there with the Sableye. Of course, this is big, getting this Poison Fang off. I think we wanted to almost try to Shadow Claw this Quagsire down, but now this Quagsire gets a little bit of extra energy, which might make the difference. Oh, so close.
You could not be more spot on. The extra mud shots there lent him the Earthquake, and Quagsire escapes from this matchup. As we saw Sableye fall in game 1, the Quagsire is victorious here.
Yeah, GG by both.
Okay, so I believe that we mustn't have MHF's battles here, like, at all. So I think what we've actually done here is we've gone forward to the future here a little bit, and we're in fact watching the next set of battles with Master Ollie up against Party Marty in round 4. So I think we'll we'll go back to the bracket, and then we'll hop back in here. Apologies again for the confusion, but we'll jump over to the bracket. And apologies to the MHF versus Master Ollie battle as well, because it seems like that may have run away from us, unfortunately. But we are going to be seeing Master Ollie and Party Marty go ahead into the semi-finals. Now, does anyone remember the score? Good question. Hang on. No, this is the first battle. Skirt.
We've seen this one. We know that the Registeel is unable to overcome the Jellicent here.
Yep, so but this is good too. It'll catch us up. We'll figure out. I believe it's 1-1 or is it 2-0? We'll find out right now, and then continue this fun. Of course, exciting to crown a champion of this city. We're doing New Bark here.
Yeah, so looks like Ollie lost the first one. Maybe one
Actually,
second.
it looks like it's 2-0 to Party Marty. So I'll have to add that graphic on the other side as well. We can plug Party Marty's team in here. Completely. Party Marty. There we go. There's the right team. We'll update the name as well, just for good measure. But it looks like Party Marty is up 2-0 here so far.
Yeah, Jimma, we literally went to the future, like you said, Marty McFly style.
Yeah, he wasn't going to be denied his hype here on the final part of the New Bark Championship. And now we see the matchup right where we said Sableye can kind of run through. He's got a big concern here is the Clefable, but he's been able to keep it away from the Clefable, right? So let's see.
All right. So as we jump in, the first thing I see, Jimma, is another ABA situation. You only have one answer to the Jellicent, and that Registeel is only going to look to get some chip here. The Jellicent over farming, right? If you don't see the swap out, you recognize they might be weak, so you bring some extra energy with you. Lands the Shadow Ball. Registeel just going to try to chip down and make a farm target for Sableye. Would you agree?
I will agree with everything you say, Speedy. You haven't steered us wrong so far, and trying to frantically get to that flash cannon. He's not going to be able to do that, and Registeel's going to go down, but I think he brings in this Sableye and farms up, but you got to be real concerned about the Clefable lurking in the back. We'll find out if Party Marty brought the Clefable this match.
We know it's a double nuke the double nuke Jellicent Sableye shielding there. Here comes the Altaria. You're down a shield, and you got the Nidoqueen going to build up to double foul plays. You want to threaten their return, always.
Yeah, definitely. Very thankful that he didn't bring the Clefable. Of course, he invested the shield to protect the Sableye from that Shadow Ball. Queen building up to the Earth Power and does decide a no baiting right now. It's all business for Master Ollie.
We see the Quag come out here. Maybe Party Marty did travel to the future and knows what teams Ollie's going to bring, because he is getting a hard counter like heck here in this matchup.
Yeah, taking a commanding battle lead with the shield advantage at least, and just trying to do whatever you can to kind of get this Quagsire out of here, but he's going to be able to protect it and then get rid of this Nidoqueen with the Earthquake, and this is not looking good for Ollie.
Oh, Quag unable to get to the charge move there. In comes the Altaria, though. I think you want to shield one foul play, but man, if you grab the shield, land the return, I still see a win con, but no.
That was so close. He tried to click on the foul play. It might have come up a little short, though, so as exciting as that almost was, Party Marty advancing. Is that 3-0 to the finals?
That is 3-0 to the finals, even though we've got a little bit of confusion here. I think we're back on track. And we do have our finals matchup here with Party Marty going ahead with a solid 3-0 sweep. And big apologies that Master Ollie, we didn't actually get to see that 3-1 up against NHoff. I just confirmed. It looks like we had Ollie's perspective for that round, and then we also had Marty's perspective for that round as the two things. So yeah, again, big apologies from me, but we are now going into the New Bark Championships. We have Party Marty and Master Ollie and Jirunja all going through to the God tier league in Ghost Stadium's league structure. So now it's just a case of who is going to be crowned the New Bark champion between Party Marty and Jirunja. Again, we're in that case where Jirunja is that number one seed who has not had to face anyone yet, topped the leaderboard in New Bark, so was able to come right to the finals. So Party Marty just competing to take on Jirunja. Let's take a look at Jirunja's team here in the very last set of this stream. Speedy and Jimmer have done an absolutely incredible job. Huge fan of these two fellas. But we've got Jirunja's team here, and we've seen some familiar faces coming back around. So, Jimmer, what are you kind of seeing straight away as we hop into this league finals?
Well, of course, we've seen a lot of familiar Pokemon, but the one series where we saw the fire and grass, it always adds for a different dynamic and very concerning for different Pokemon, right? So we'll see if he's going to be able to use Talonflame and Ferrothorn to take care of that Quagsire and Jelly, or if the stars won't align their way. It doesn't look like Jirunja is as concerned about the Charm Clefable other than, of course, his Scrafty. So we'll just kind of see how they played and line these up.
Yeah, there's a phrase. Go ahead.
I just said Ferrothorn's looking good, but what's the phrase, Speedy?
There's a phrase. inhospitable environment. And if you look here at Jarunja's team, he's got the Skarmory, the Ferrothorn, the Poison-type Nidoqueen, and the Fire-type Talon. This is an inhospitable environment for a Charmer, and I think he built the team like that on purpose. I gotta say, though, you also look for what isn't there when you look at these team comps. And if you look at Party Marty's team, there is not a single grass type to be seen, and there's not even a sub-grass type move. So I really like to see maybe a Whiscash safe swap coming from Jarunja here. He probably studied all those matchups and wants to know exactly how he can take switch against stuff like the Vigoroth and the Jellicent. It'll be tough, but I'm sure there are conditions that he is aware of to take control of a matchup if he's at a disadvantage.
Yeah, that's a great point. I know a lot of these or all these battles are pre-recorded, but you wonder if Party Marty from a couple series has like a little bit of a rhythm, or if Jarunja is a little cold from not battling, or if, of course, like you said, if he studied the matchups enough and he's going to be just fine in this series. So we'll see if that even matters at all, and it might not, but we'll find out right now.
All right, Jimmy, let's get hype. Skarmory, Vigoroth.
The championship. Let's go.
Let's go. Staying in here for a moment, we do see the Body Slam Bulldoze as expected. Okay, building up to 2. Going to throw the first one here. This is very neutral, right?
Yeah, other than these Body Slams, it'll be interesting to see if he throws the Brave Bird or if he just goes Sky Attack. It's a few different ways that you can play this, of course. But usually winning the lead is just so important. We'll find out if it even matters. Does throw the Sky Attack first. Yeah.
And look here, Joe. We see that Whiscash swapping in. Shocker.
Yeah, just like you called it, right? Very, very good safe swap, able to absorb the Body Slam. Vigoroth able to get another charge move off and still do some more counter damage, trying to bring this Whiscash really low, which was a safe pick. Now switches out.
Ooh, this does look tough. I mean, you could go double Mud Bomb or Blizzard. No shield either way. Blizzard comes through, Jimma. Woo.
Yeah.
Could you feel that one?
Yeah, it's getting cold in here. He's trying to farm down. He's not going to be able to. And can he survive this Mud Bomb, or is all that energy? Wow, just barely. He might only get one charge move off despite all the energy that he has. Let's see. Throws the Earthquake.
Oh, man, you wish you could throw the Stone Edge on the flyer, right? Oh, but he shields anyway. Okay.
Get the shield, so that is very fortunate for him because that Skarmory would have laughed at that Earthquake. I guess you try to farm down with the Altaria. Whoa!
Oh, the move and the catch.
That's actually really huge.
Brave bird.
Very well played. There's the Talonflame lurking in the back. Gonna try to go for. Well, let's find out what it's gonna go for, right? Because you could try to go Brave Bird or potentially double Flame Charge. Does go Brave Bird, does get shielded. I assume this Sky Attack's also going to be shielded. Can you get to another Brave Bird, and is that even enough?
Here comes the Sky Attack. A Talon, I think, is going to get swept by the Sky Attack here, and then the Dragon Breaths are going to do some work on the Skarmory. It just offloaded all that energy, and it doesn't get to a move. Altaria sweeps. Jimma, I love these plays. You look at Altaria being very powerful. It's afraid of the Blizzard from Whiscash. It doesn't want to see the Skarmory. So what do? You remove both of those factors, and then you sweep with it. I love that play.
Yeah, very well played. Altaria doing very good. You know, I did look at all the the picks where you could only pick 2, and Altaria definitely was not the favorite amongst all the battlers, but it did a lot of work there in that battle. So Altaria looking really good right now.
Very, very impressive. The inferior flyer, again, Talon in the back. We want to see some Talon action, Jimbo. We've been asking for it, and unfortunately, it just ramps up too late. Quagsire to Nidoqueen. What a lead here for Marty. Very much in control. Here comes the Skarmory, though. How do you respond here, Jimbo?
Who knew Quagsire would be so good? I guess you respond by at least throwing the Stone Edge, and then I think he's going to try to throw another Stone Edge before he can get to and he does. He thought he might switch out, but he decides not to. Of course, you don't want to burn all your shields this early. They're hanging on to them. Quagsire is still just doing work and maybe even able to get to another Stone Edge after this one. Let's find out. It's going to be... No, he subs out. Trying to farm down the Skarmory. Almost gets it. Do you invest and protect your Vigoroth now? Party Marty says yes.
Wow, I love the call on the Brave Bird there. You expect that the Stone Edge will do a lot more damage, so you go ahead and no shield the Sky attacks. Here comes the Nidoqueen though, gonna throw these neutral body slams, shielding early here, Jimma.
Yeah, big shield. Had enough energy for the bulldoze. Chose to bait, and it pays off. Gonna be able to get to this bulldoze, maybe? Oh, he throws the body slam before he can even get to it. Of course, still will do a lot of damage to Nidoqueen. Good no shield on the side of Jarunja. But this Vigoroth, yeah.
It's so spammy, Jimma. Here comes getting actually finally Poison Fang down. Here comes the Altaria, though. You can definitely tank the first one. Is this a Stone Edge? No way. Yeah, okay.
That'd be crazy. Actually, it didn't even cross my mind, but that would have been a big brain play. Waiting to switch out to clear that Poison Fang debuff, trying to get to an Earthquake, but doesn't. Forcing the Wishcash to throw the Mud Bomb, getting rid of this Quagsire, and it's all up to Altaria now.
Yeah, I really love the patience there and the throw right before the Earthquake. Timing by Jarunja there, taking the Dragon Pulse. Oh, this is a knife fight. You got to call the bait here, Jimma.
Do you? Oh, he calls it. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely deflating. Deflating bait call, shields the Blizz. Here comes the Nidoqueen. That Whiscash is empty, so you're free to throw a move here and get rid of that Nidoqueen. Wow, commanding plays by Party Marty here. Gonna melt the Whiscash, and there it is.
Yeah, Altaria putting in so much work. Of course, we haven't seen Ferrothorn on Jarunja's part, which is, I don't know if that's surprising, but Altaria is just doing so much work, not being one of the popular picks for the Choose 2 restricted list, but it's just doing so well for him right now.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Altaria seems to be really unstoppable when it's able to get those threats out of the way, and then the bait calls ice in his veins, right? Ice water in his veins, would you say?
Yeah, it's just amazing. But is Party Marty going to be able to sweep and take the championship, or is Jarunja going to kind of fight back a little bit? I know it's been tough so far, some of the matchups, but there's that scrap.
It doesn't get easier.
No, it's running uphill. Of course, the Queen comes in, and no Bubble Beam. Might not matter because you got the bubble quick move, right? Just chipping down this Queen very fast.
With the shadows, Jimma, a lot of Nidoqueen users tend to go for Earth Power early, and he made the call there. Very good awareness. Let's see another move coming through here. How good is the counting? It's a Poison Fang. All the calls for Party Marty.
Yeah, he's doing all the right things to win this championship, and it looks like he's going to throw a Shadow Ball, landing and getting rid of this Shadow Queen. Party Marty down to shield, but it might not matter because he's going to have that Altaria to bring in for the Scrafty right after this matchup.
Throw in the Ice Beam, big damage. I love the bubbles just ticking away at the health. Another Ice Beam comes through here, Jimma. You want to load your Scrafty, but it's paying a heavy price staying in this matchup.
Yeah, Jelly, again, not one of the popular picks from the Choose 2 restricted list, but Party Marty making it work with a very balanced attack here. Altaria against the Skarmory. In comes the Vigoroth after the swaps. And Altaria looking good right now.
I was going to say, Jim, I think the strat here, if we project forwards into the future like Marty, you take the shield, you chip, and then you just melt everything in the back line with the Altaria, just like you pointed out.
Yeah, I think everyone might be celebrating right now for this party, this sweep of Jarunja. No easy task. Of course, taking the Sky Attack on Vigoroth. This resisted Body Slam will just give him a little more chip as he tries to Dragon Breath down the Skarmory right after this. Of course, the shield protecting. Okay, this is GG. We have a champion. Let's crown him.
I was going to say, kind of like screaming into the void here. Scrafty going to throw the foul play. Altaria laughs it off. Here comes the Skarmory. Going to win CMP and throw the move. The win con is the BM with the no shield on the Brave Bird here, but it's just a Sky Attack. Altaria is going to cannibalize the bird type here and just really close out this matchup.
Yeah, Party Marty really doing work on this whole field in this city, right? Starting from the, I don't know, not from the bottom, but I think he was right in the middle there, and he just kind of won and sweeps the championship. And very impressive battles from everybody.
I regard Jarunja as one of the best players in the world, and Party Marty just dominant in that championship bout. Would you agree, Steve?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Jiranja was able to get that number 1 spot in the New Bark lobby. He's been racking up points all season, performing really well in every single meta, month after month, topping those tournaments, getting all of those points through. And unfortunately, Party Marty, who was on a tear, the 3-2 against 2016 Douglas was just the warm-up, because then there was the 3-0 against Master Ollie, and now a 3-0 against Jiranja. A huge 9-2 run through the New Bark League finals. And I mean, just really well played all around. But Party Marty able to win, become the New Bark Town champion. And all three of these battlers, are going through to the God tier league as well. Party Marty alongside Jiranja and Master Ollie. And again, MHF 2016 Douglas and Will Sims MS all have a chance later on. I think I'll give an update at the end of the next stream as to who has gone ahead through the playoffs as well. But with that said, we've crowned our 2 champions. Party Marty able to come back from the future. And of course, over in the Pewter League, we had Shiny Hunter Ben come through as well. So with that said, it's huge congratulations to both of them. Some incredible battles here today. I mean, that was a lot of fun, and huge props to Ghost Stadium for putting all this on as well. I mean, they've been putting in so much work for putting month after month, getting these tournaments going, setting up these tournament structure as well. And again, if you do want to get involved, there's going to be a Discord link in the description down below if you want to go in there and join this tiered structure. But I mean, Speedy, Jimma, you guys have been absolutely amazing. These have been some really fun battles. Speedy, have you got any last thoughts? And also let us know where we can check you out as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So I will say, when I originally joined Go Stadium, I made a lot of friends that I actually ended up keeping throughout the season. And I know I've told this story before. If you're familiar with my 2020 Sylph Worlds event, I had a friend who I made in the Go Stadium lobby when I first joined looking for battles, and my friend Sunny Cheese ended up being a runner-up in the APAC finals as well. It's just so crazy to see how you can meet people and they continue their journey, and you're making your journey right alongside of them. I highly encourage everybody to check out Go Stadium. These tiered formats are exciting, and they help the community in such unique ways. If you want to follow me, you can follow me at PvP Steve, or you can like this video and subscribe to Steve as well. That would actually mean a lot to me if you did that.
I think Speedy may be pulling something I may have done before there, but I've got a link to him in the description as well. But Jimma, final words.
Yeah, what a blast. Again, PvP Steve and Go Stadium pushing PvP forward with these great formats and bringing it to us on the YouTube channel. So yes, please make sure you're subscribed to PvP Steve. Make sure you join, just like these gentlemen said, for Go Stadium with all the different formats and information. And it's not just something that he's saying. A lot of us have become friends and met each other, and having different people to guide and help you become a better battler, which is what a lot of us want to do. Of course, I'm JimmaBanks on everything. And it was an amazing pleasure to cast with you, Speedy. And of course, Steve, thanks for the invite. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and
my pleasure as well, man. I enjoyed it a lot. Let's work together again soon. Seriously,
anytime, man. You guys know how to get a hold of me, and this was great. I love these formats. It's just so much fun.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first time that, as I said at the start of the stream, first time I've got to work with JimmaBanks, who's been an absolute hero through the community. And I mean, real big supporter of me, which I've seriously appreciated as well. So massive shout out to JimmaBanks. And Speedy, we've worked together a handful of times over the years, and I'm sure there'll be plenty more things to come. But with all of that said, thank you to everyone who has come through today. And congrats again to all of the battles as well as our town champions. Tune in tomorrow at 1 p.m. ET, which is the time that this stream started, where I'll be with NHoff and Jay Mills for the final. We're going to be taking the Vermilion Elite Trainer Finals as well as the God Tier League Final. So that is the best of the best in the Go Stadium structure. So definitely don't miss that. Just don't miss it. Don't do it. Don't do anything else.
You better not.
You can't.
Better be there, chat.
We'll be watching. With that said, thank you all for watching. Thanks for coming out, and we'll see you in the next one.
Chia.